in the woods.
Deep in the heart of the woods. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to After Nine, a proper After Nine, because the last two we did a movie watch along like 2 months ago, and then because of GV Day, you guys unlocked the War of the Worlds, which was great. I'm glad we did that. But we are here to do a nice, good old regular After Nine. I'm Travis Snell, and I'm joined by.
Hey, my name is Dylan Muss.
Field of Fields, Taylor Field.
Yes, and if you don't know how this show works is it's just gonna be us shooting the shit, talking about whatever. I have like a one small main topic because like the summer movie season's over, so it's gonna go around because we don't talk much of that with people. But other than that, we're just gonna talk about whatever. It's us three. We got room for 7 more. Sometimes it fills up, sometimes it doesn't. We never know. But we're gonna have a fun time tonight on this Friday. So yeah, patrons, people listening, if anyone's watching live after the fact or at the fact, I'll be dropping the link right now as I throw these gentlemen and see how they're going. But floor is yours. Who wants to open up while I get the things cooking?
I got a big
What do you got
question for
today?
you guys, but I mean, Dylan, you can open up with how you're doing.
Big question. Oh no.
I'm good. I'm chilling. Had a pretty busy work week, and now I'm just hanging out.
How's the hand?
um,
You were talking to us a couple days ago.
Yeah,
about-
yesterday I was climbing and I suffered a bit of an injury. It's better today, but I still have still tweaked a little bit. For any climbers out there, such as God Loves Me 69, I was doing a problem with a lot of pockets on it, and just bad movement. So yeah, I won't be trying that one again because it definitely causing some issues here. But I kind of stopped right after it started flaring up, so hopefully I'm fine. Probably gonna go climbing tomorrow, but if it's not great, it'll probably just be a chill session. I'm going with a friend, so
just with the
worst
feet.
case, I'll just hang out with my friend and talk about whatever. So yeah, other than that, just been watching Tron, just been playing a shit ton of Tony Hawk games, which is great. I went to the used game store near my house today, bought Thug 2, which I've never played, put it on my Xbox 360, unrecognized disc, so I'm going to go back and get a refund on that one.
That's
It honestly could be
heartbreaking.
an issue with my Xbox. The disc drive doesn't even work right these days. Like, I've played things on it recently, not that I'm playing a lot of 360 these days, but unfortunately this game is not back compat on Series X, one of the few
Damn.
games that isn't. So I'm going to take it back and then see if I can get one on GameCube or get one from a different place or something like that. But yeah, I've just been playing a ton of Tony Hawk, which has been nice. And just hanging out otherwise. Yeah, all is well in my world.
Yeah, Taylor, you have this big question. Is this a question you want to wait till like more people are here? Or you want to start it now? Like, what is this? What is this question? Is it
I mean, I
business
primarily
related?
wanted. It's not business related. I primarily wanted you two guys, and you know what? It might pertain
He didn't
mostly
want
to
Kirkland
a
here.
male.
It's something
Yeah.
that
No
about
Kirkland.
Kirkland
It pertains mostly to a male and what a male would do in the situation. But I'm open to what a female would recommend too.
A
You're
gendered
setting-
question. Okay.
You're setting April up. Sorry, April, we can't bring you in until I'm gonna bring her right now. Sorry, no questions for you, April, until
That's
the
okay.
men speak and
Well,
everything.
right at the very end, he said, "Well, also the female perspective." So I mean, he chucked
Did you think
in
that,
there.
or did you see April enter studio
I
at
think
all?
he
You
saw
never-
April,
yeah.
What about
you
the
know,
cat's
but
perspective? I saw a cat there too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Neptune. He loves to give his perspective.
There we go, male cat. We ask what's going
Yeah,
on.
there you go.
So, April, before we get to Taylor's question, I have to ask because I loved your review, even though it was short. So I saw you saw him. I think it was last night on the Thursday, right? Or I guess
Thursday, yeah.
that was last night.
Which was last night, yeah.
which I was surprised because you've even admitted this to yourself that you score stuff pretty high, and especially horror movies. So I was surprised. It's still 3.5, so it's still like a pass or fail. But I was surprised. But I did like that you said that you didn't understand a lot was going on, but you didn't know if that had anything to do with not knowing about football or not. But I bet you it's not. But I was gonna say at any point if you had any questions, we do got the football channel on Discord.
That's
so
true.
next time you watch him and you got any questions, we can answer some questions. But how was that? Because I only talked to one other person that watched it, said he felt like it was like a fever dream. So what was your
Yeah.
perspective on this movie?
It was very weird. It went very fast.
Okay.
There was a lot of weird imagery that I don't know if. I mean, I read some reviews. So like some of it's like football stuff and some of it's like religion stuff, which is also not my thing. So I think it all
that's
just
big
went
into
over my head.
sports too, because like especially football, lots of God stuff, and the other things I've read reviews is like they say it kind of hits you on the head, but it's a lot about like CTE and
Yeah,
like
there's some of
concussion
that.
protocol.
So that timing's really weird because I was just listening to a podcast about that and learning about CTE, which is just like
Yeah.
this, head trauma
Scary.
that like it's tricky to diagnose it completely because you can only diagnose it on like a dead person, so you can only find out if like a football player, has their brain inspected afterwards. But apparently, like 90% of football players have this,
Yeah.
which just turns them into like, potentially like violent people and doing all this crazy stuff. It's insane, and the NFL just kind of buries it. So really wild timing that you just brought that up because I've just learned about that the last couple days.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of all over. Like I'm not gonna go deep dive into it, but when I learned about it as a kid, like I think I talked to Dylan. You might know
Wrestling,
this a
maybe?
little. Yeah, the wrestling guy, Benoit, that murdered his family, and that's what they said after when they scanned his brain that it was like CT related because he had two finishers. One was a hold, but the other one was a diving headbutt. So he'd always like land on his neck and head, and he did that for like 20, 25 years, and that's why for a while wrestling banned like a lot of really big head related moves. They bust them out now, like for a big special, like but it's not like before. It's okay, no more diving headbutts, no more this and that. So yeah, it's a really scary thing and even if it doesn't make you violent, it can just make you just your life
Yeah, it
deteriorate.
can just totally change your personality and like it. Even though people like a lot of these players have like really short careers because that's just like the nature of such
Yeah.
a physically difficult career, and then you come out of it, maybe you have some money but not enough for like a lifetime, and then now your brain is completely scrambled. And I think with like football too, tricky because so much of it like starts as like a kid, teenager,
Yes.
school and stuff, and like it's even worse on like developing brains. But that's obviously like if you're gonna get in the NFL, you gotta start playing young, right? So
Yeah. So
really,
April,
really crazy. To learn.
yeah. So with the actual
Is
movie,
is the movie April? Does it go into that?
that's what I was
do you
gonna ask.
feel like?
Yeah.
Not really. Like
Okay.
he gets. It's not really a spoiler because it happens in the first like 5 minutes. He gets a head injury,
Okay.
not football related, outside of football,
Oh, okay.
and then it kind of. So he's got a traumatic brain injury, and then he's supposed to be going into the NFL, but he can't go to the like showcase thing, I guess, because he got hit in the head.
Okay.
And so the Marlon Wayans invites him over to his house to train for a week so that he'll be ready to, do football.
Get ready. Yeah. So, and I was gonna say, I'm guessing because I will see it eventually on video because I was interested in. I just looked at Rotten Tomatoes. Man, 28% really. Like I remember
And
that.
it's not that bad.
Yeah, and of
just
course,
weird.
and of course, like that's the thing people always forget. Rotten Tomatoes. It's not necessarily people are saying it's a 28% movie. It's just like when they've polled the critics, whether you give this a pass or fail.
Yeah.
Like that's the amount that's
Seems
given
like
it
a
a
divisive
pass.
one for sure.
Yeah, but it's just so funny. It reminds me because I know we like months ago when we shared and talked about this when Jordan Peele was going after weapons and then his team like botched that and he fired a bunch of people. It's just kind of funny how Weapons came out a couple months ago, like massive hit for Warner Brothers, and then you do have him come out and everywhere Jordan Peele's like his name is almost as big as the title in some of these posters, and it's like not doing well at the box office, not doing well there. So it's like I imagine he must be like even like because at least if him was like a big hit, like, okay, I lost on Weapons, but I got this. But the fact that they came out so close together must be like, oh my god, and obviously made the right move, right? Because the rumor was that they kind of maybe lowballed the money pitch that they gave to Zach Cregger, and he was kind of like, why'd you do that? Like that guy made Barbarian, like why didn't you go harder for him? So it's kind of funny. But what I was going to ask, go ahead, yeah.
Just like on that, the Jordan Peele of it all, I feel like that they're trying to trick people into thinking it's made by Jordan Peele, so obviously the expectations are going to be higher than any other movie in that way, especially when it's like because the protagonist is Marlon Wayans, right? Or is he like the second?
No, he's like second.
Okay, yeah,
He's
but
like
it's
the aging.
it's very much about
yeah.
like black characters. Like those are like the protagonists of it, so it seems like something Peele would do, and
Yeah.
So obviously like trying to trick people might not be the best thing too when you're looking for good reviews.
Yeah, but that's how I guess they can try to get that money, right? Because if they just put like I think his name's Justin Tipping, no one's gonna see that right now. But Jordan Peele, it's like, oh, I liked this and I liked that. But I was gonna ask with because I will see it eventually, so it's fine with minor spoilers. But with the first act, April, maybe this stuff happens later. And you gotta reveal what the answer is. But with his head injury, do they play that off as like that's why he could be seeing a lot of trippy and weird stuff for a little bit? Is that what they kind of go with?
Yeah, kind of that, and kind of like there's some drug sort of stuff going on. And,
Classic mixture.
Yeah.
Perfect cocktail, head damage and drugs.
yeah.
Concussion and drugs. Yeah, that'll do it to you. So, okay. Well, no, I'm interested to see it at some point. I don't know what is next week's one after another, and then Smashing Machine, and then I don't know what the next like horror movie is coming out in October. I know there's stuff,
Gotta
but
be stuff, yeah.
Is it Shelby Oaks? Is that
Shelby Oaks,
beginning of
yeah, that is the
October?
next one. Yeah, I'm excited for
so.
that one. Yeah. Avatar Way of the Water is also another horror movie releasing in October.
Boo.
Taylor, so.
Yeah.
Taylor, what was going to be this? Oh, I caught him at the wrong moment, right?
No, you got me at the right time. Always the right time.
No, it's not.
Ask
You're
your
mad at
question.
fucking- No, I'm telling you to ask your question.
I'll ask my question.
Question.
So, names will be stripped from the record here. But
Uh-oh.
let's say,
Uh-oh.
and this is a very real scenario. So, guy and a girl together, long time. Say 8 years to be
8
specific.
years specifically.
Okay.
8 years together.
What's their
and then-
first name?
Yeah. So,
I just want to see if I
Guy-
can trip him out there for a second.
guy catches and finds messages from said girl that he's with to another guy. It's getting,
Okay.
okay. She's starting to she was gonna go do something that she shouldn't have because she's in a committed relationship. Guy bought a house. Guy did all this. He's ready to go for it, and so this happened, and then they separate. So they're separated for a period of time. Now
Uh-oh.
they immediately get back together.
Okay.
And as soon as they get back together, this is months later, they get back together. The said girl immediately gets pregnant and says that, it's yours and all this and that. And so now their baby's here, everything like that. And they're getting married. It's all great. Wow, wow, wow. Now, would you believe it if the girl said that it's your baby, when we know that this girl has gone while she was off, went partying and was doing other stuff and all that while they were
I
separated?
mean, how long is she? How long have they been back together, and how many months pregnant is she?
Yeah, because you
They've
said they
been-
separated, but then got back together really quick. So that timeline.
Yes, they
Sounds
got-
like a potential ploy. I see where you're coming from.
There were
Yeah,
a few.
yeah.
There was definitely a long period of time in between, a few months, but then they got back together and then boom, pregnant. And this person made a point of saying like, oh, we just got back together and yeah, we just got pregnant all of a sudden. It's like,
That's it. You need me to speak with Madison? Is there something going on? No. I'm just she's pregnant right now. What's going on? I think for me, I wouldn't care because it's a scenario. I've always said this because I think probably we're more. Not only we're equal. Like when we started dating, Emily had way more like security, job, like career and everything like that, and she wouldn't. But I was always the person like. And if I was dating anybody, if they said, "Hey, I want a prenup," I'd be like, "Okay, sure, sign it," because that's your stuff, right? So to me, it all depends on. I would be blank and say, "Yeah, I'd like to have some information." If there was no breakup and no other, if there wasn't drama around a certain situation, and are you saying these texts were specifically like flirting with another person, correct?
yes, they were
Yeah.
going to go
Pretty
in
overt.
and cheat.
Yeah. So then for me, if that was not the case and I won that, then I'm a crazy person. But I think if there's evidence, even if it's true, I'd say, hey, before I commit to all this, I would like to know the answer because, and then if, again, maybe that person would not like that scenario and that could cause the breakup. But for me personally, I would like to have said
DNA
information.
test, right?
Yeah. And I'm not saying those evasive,
I mean,
like
even
mid.
before that, like
you
just straight up get the information first of like, okay, how many months pregnant is she versus when did they get back together? 'Cause
True.
if the math ain't math, and then you can just like move on right away.
Don't need to worry about no tests. So
Yeah, but
Well-
then that would be the second step for sure. I mean, it sounds like a sketchy scenario for sure.
yeah.
Oh
Is
yes.
it-
That's
And
the male perspective, at least. I know which is the perspective you most wanted, but
Yeah.
I don't know. April, maybe do you agree to see?
So, I think I've said this before. So I work in child support,
Okay.
and so it is my personal opinion from my years of working in child support that DNA tests should just be mandatory for everybody.
See, that's a good answer. Then you're
That's a good
not
answer,
singling
that's a
out,
good
yeah.
answer.
So
There you go. That's easy. That tell your friend Taylor to say that. Say DNA test should be mandatory for everybody, and then just
Yeah.
go from that. So
it
I
just
don't
solves
know.
everything right at the beginning.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
there you go.
I don't know how
Yeah,
you
Yeah, you
just
don't want to
calling
be
him.
wondering for 20 years,
Yeah, I have a guy I talked to the other day where he called in and he wanted a DNA test and his kid is 30. So
Oh man,
I'm like, sir,
That's
that
a-
is that
that's
is
a-
not going to happen.
that's a tough road going down right now at 30. Because
You're better off just dying and just taking that to the grave.
Well, yeah. I don't know about dying, but I see what you mean now. But no, because I had someone in a different scenario where they broke with someone, she was pregnant, and then swore it wasn't his. And then at the age of 3, I don't know how he went about it, but he did get a DNA test, and it was his. And it was super heartbreaking because he missed out on everything, right? So that's where it's like seeing the other scenario where the person wants to be their kid, and that person says, no, it's not your kid, and then it actually is. And it's like, oh, man. And for me, it was one of these things that when you saw, when I saw this little kid, they looked exactly like baby Luigi, but that the features they had looked identical to their dad, where it was a point of like, yeah, I get your test, but it's like this everybody that met this kid is like, this kid is definitely yours. It was one of those like, sometimes you're like, oh, I could see it. This was like, okay, her genes didn't do any fighting, like all your genes are in this kid, and then it was confirmed, and yeah, it all worked out and stuff. But we'll bring in another male perspective. Superbad Mike, did you hear Taylor's scenario here?
Yeah, did I walk into the Maury Povich podcast?
Pretty much, yeah. Maury's retired.
We're taking a
Springer's passed
shift
away,
in our
so-
10 years. We're going a new direction now.
Yeah, and actually, I forgot to announce Taylor Weekly is going to have the Taylor Field show, and he's going to bring on that. He's going to stop the cryptic clues. He's going to bring on couples, and we're going to do, the whole shebang.
Cheating, fights, everything.
Is that
Yeah,
before or
yes,
after
yeah.
you describe sex acts to us?
Yeah, check out the
Definitely
latest
before.
Peacemaker
Yeah,
review.
I listened to that this morning.
Taylor did not have to go as hard. He gave a definition. I'm like,
You told
next
me.
time.
You're like,
I
might as
said
well just
what-
read it.
That's fine. That's
Sorry,
fine.
you said
The
Taylor
delivery
Bauer.
was chef's kiss.
I said something and I said, "Oh, look it up." And I'm like, "You can say what it is," but he didn't really PG-13 at all. He just
No.
said certain words. Nothing
As
offensive.
someone who doesn't watch Peacemaker and therefore isn't catching up on those reviews, what happened?
I don't know.
Nothing to do with the episode. We're just talking
Yeah,
about what
yeah.
Greek means when you do Greek.
You do
Then-
Greek.
Travis
How
mentioned some
did
interesting
that come up?
terms.
I mentioned the Chili Rainbow, but I can't remember how that even
It was
came
Greek
up.
because we're talking about Greek and then French and then if you're German and then German was like oh well, that's kind of gross, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were like,
Well,
these
I'm
all these
confused.
terms.
I don't know any of this.
Travis just sounds off all these terms and I start googling.
Yeah, Mike, this scenario. What would you recommend to Taylor's friend?
Well, I mean, for what it sounds like, and I am by no means an expert in this subject, but I feel like when it comes to a situation like that, if you're at that point, I feel like there needs to be a certain level of trust in the relationship. So if you're at that point and you're unsure, I would probably take a bigger view of the relationship as a whole. So yeah, I that's the best answer I can give you right there.
That's
like
true. We don't have the context of everything,
Yeah.
right? If it's
I
been
think-
like a bumpy 8 years the whole way, then maybe it's
Yeah.
okay. But if it's like that, it was just that one period, then maybe not.
Right.
So
I think the important thing is like if you're gonna do it, you need to do it now,
Yes.
and not
Yes,
3 years
absolutely.
from now.
I forgot about the 8 years part of the story. That changes things.
Long
8
time.
years is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a break, But again, like this person has I doubt any inkling had even asked such a question or whatever. It's just, and as an outsider, you hear the story and you get the all this information, and then you look at the kid and think that kid looks like 100% mom or like 90% mom, and I don't really see percentage of dad in there. This is just a little sus.
This is Taylor listening to the story as he's told it to his friend, saying nothing, just wanting to, but I don't know. So, yeah, well, good luck with that situation.
Well, I mean, I'm not super close to them. They're,
A friend of a
affiliated.
friend.
Yeah,
a friend of a friend of
friend,
mine.
yeah, yeah.
So, well,
Right.
there you go. Yeah, I'm happy to have no situation like that. So
Me too.
luckily, I said this to Emily because we just recently, and I actually I can tell it here because we're going to do originals, but I booted originals till November because Kirkland's going to Japan. So I thought, we'll hear about his trip there. But we just went to a wedding, and luckily I said to Emily, all the weddings we've been at, because I think we've been to 5 now. No one's been separated or divorced. Some of them are like smaller amount of times, and some are like, I don't know, maybe close to a decade ago, maybe 8 or 9 years, something like that. So I'm like, we got a pretty good record right now. We haven't been to any of those weddings. So I don't know how I got to that. But the wedding story was we were at this wedding, and the wedding was supposed to start. There's sly about it. They said the ceremony is at 3, but then when you got there, you actually found it was 3:30. They just wanted to make sure everyone got there, which I respected because I'm somebody that I have to do that to sometimes these guys. Was like, yeah, be here at this time. And it's like, no. It's especially extra life days. Dylan actually for GV Day, you were the last one, and that was surprising because we were. Oh no, Kirkland was, but you were later than you weren't late, but you were later than usual. Usually they're first to the
I'm
door.
on
So me and
time. I'm an on-time guy.
you were, but me and Taylor were getting worried because it felt like you were on time. Where usually it's like you're you're under time, but that's fine. Anyways, so it had been at that point we get to 4 and nothing's going on. We're wondering what happened was the driver, I guess they had a limousine driver to pick up the bride and her wedding party. I guess we don't know the full story. Sounds like something kabuki was going on, but I guess he clocked out for the day and forgot he had one more person to pick up. I don't know if that's also the manager just covering and he didn't tell him, because that feels odd to like, you feel like a person would clock out almost the same time every day and someone would take over, right? But that was the story they were given, that this driver clocked out. So yeah, the ceremony ended up being 2 hours late. We got there at 3. Ooh. And luckily it was a really hot day, but it was like a nice like garden area. So there's tons of trees and we were shaded the entire time. But if we weren't, because I was in a full suit, everything, I would not have been a happy camper. There was some lemonade and water, and there was some wine for everyone got like a glass of free wine for the people that drank. But yeah, it was it was quite the ordeal, and everything was sped up at that point. So it was quite the day. The wedding actually ended up being fun and a good time and stuff, because it was I know some of the people, but it was Emily's work friend. So it's one of those weddings where you're not the person of interest, you're the plus one. You're like, oh, you're Emily's significant other, so you feel like a little less urgency there. You're not talking.
You host
much,
Geekverse podcast, right?
Yeah, I hate that show. Yeah, but that was quite the story that we got told, that this driver, I guess, was done for the day and forgot. So they were just sitting there, and luckily her maid of honor was like, okay, I'm gonna. I don't know. I think they said like kind of like the 25-minute mark they're supposed to get picked up at some point. Like, okay, I'm gonna make a call, and then. But they got married and hopefully it's all good. So
tell me that they got some sort of reimbursement, because if you're waiting 2 hours, that means that you're paying the photographer, like, and it's fucking expensive for a photographer, and you're on a time-sensitive schedule. So if you're delayed by 2 hours, that's putting you out big time for everything.
They and it's fine, because I was at Taylor's wedding. I thought you guys, I'm not sure who paid for the photographer, whether it was one of your parents or you guys.
That was
you
me.
Did. I think you made the mistake of doing the time limit. These people said you're just there until the wedding ends. And I'm sure that was more expensive for them. But I remember at your wedding, we were running, because it was like, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do the first dance, we got to do the cake. So I remember that last hour was a lot of pedal to the metal for your wedding, where I was like, what's going on here? We're this, and luckily the photographers were there all day, so they didn't care. They're just sitting around whenever this ends, So I'm not sure if they're getting paid hourly or whatnot. So
it's the full package right there.
Yeah, exactly. So it is more expensive, but thank goodness they did, because I don't know about the who's the person that reads it out there?
The officiant.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because I know some people have different weddings to go to. Like, we were talking to someone at the party, and they're like, "Oh, when I got married, they were trying to get us to go earlier so they go to a concert." And they're like, "No,
oh, fuck off, bullshit."
They're like, "This is the time, or we're gonna go with someone else." And they're like, "All right, I'll make it work." But it's just like, so she seemed cool enough, so I don't think she had another wedding after the fact. But that made me learn, whether it's the girls or if me and Emily actually do official wedding one day. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get someone that never has that," because what would you do if they had? Either you got to delay the other wedding, or if that person's like, "Oh, I got to go," and now you can't get married because your limo driver made you 2 hours late. Like, I don't know, kind of nightmare scenario there. So, but yeah, other than that, it was a good time. So, but I will inquire about the. I'm sure they got some discount or reimbursed or something like that. Which there's some people. Taylor, do you think they should get like a full discount?
I think they absolutely should. Like, of all days, weddings and like the day of your child's birth, like those are two big ones.
If they didn't, do you think they should go to the media? Because that's what I heard someone pitch. I was like, I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, Karen mode, yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So, because Taylor's a big media person. I've not told the story on air. I'll tell another time. But I had to go. I told the twins when they went back to the hospital, and there was some, let's say, just some kabuki stuff with the way that we were released.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta
go to the press, man. you gotta post that.
And I was so just worried about Valerie at the time. I was like, yeah, I understand. I will at some point. And I never did. But luckily the peds thing got fixed. I didn't have to. But before, because Mike, I was going to ask you something. But before I do this, because I had it on that first showing, April, have you heard of this Night of the Reaper movie that came out today? It's on Shudder.
Oh, yeah, it's on my watch list. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, I'll be watching out for it.
Everything that comes out on Shudder goes on my watch list, though. So I don't know. I love Shudder.
What? I know. I gotta re-get it right now. What's their percentage for you this year? Is it a good year for Shudder? Okay year?
I think it's been well. They had some really good ones, like The Ugly Stepsister. I don't know if you watched that one. That's really good. Yeah,
Okay.
I recommend it. It's like a body horror Cinderella type story.
Ugly Stepsister.
Yeah, and Best
These are
Wishes
like
to
short-
All was pretty good.
Oh, okay, I've seen this. Okay. Of course,
okay.
like all of them are like all the first on Google, like I'd say like 9 images are of said movie, but then like the 10th one is Doris, the ugly stepsister from Shrek, that Larry King
Oh, of
voice.
course.
Has nothing to do, but I didn't know that was her name. But no, I've seen this poster, so okay,
Yeah,
I'll put that
let's see what
on
else
there.
did they have this year. The Rule of Jenny Penn, that was really good.
I have
You haven't
heard
seen
good things
that?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they've been pretty good this year. I think there was a couple that I didn't really care for, but not enough to like remember what they were. So
Yeah. Well, and we got isn't Good Boy coming up? Is that a Shutter or is that not a
Yeah.
Shutter original? It is.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it's
it's
a
gonna go to
Shudder.
theaters first, right?
yeah, then the Rule of
Yeah.
Jenny Penn, and they had another one this year that came out in theaters too.
Wasn't it
Okay.
Dangerous Animals?
Yeah, Dangerous Animals
Yeah.
was a Shudder. that's right.
Yeah, that was I liked
like
that
that one.
one. Yeah, Mike, I don't think you liked that one as much. I saw from your
No, no,
review.
I give it a 3. I enjoyed it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Three,
fun.
three's a light. That's a light, like you know.
Oh, for me, it's a good. I enjoyed it.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
Is Shudder like? Are they like a full-on studio there, or is it just them like buying exclusive rights to like stream these movies?
I think they like go to festivals and buy like
I
the
think-
rights to distribute them.
Yeah, I
mostly.
think they do, and I think
Yeah.
there is. I think there is a mix. I think there are some like the
Like,
one
is
that's
there like an aesthetic to the Shudder originals, or is it kind of just like, oh, they just bought this cool looking horror
No.
movie and it's
They're
just
all
horror
over the
movie.
place,
If you're a
yeah.
horror movie, we'll get you. I do think they. I will
I
give
guess they're
them.
already pretty niche, so that's fine,
Yeah. I feel like I'll give them this that they try to like. Luckily this year with like the Franco and Alison Brie one together, and I think we're getting more of that. But I feel like Shudder, if you had any,
Is that through Shudder?
no.
Okay.
What I'm
Okay.
saying is like I feel they will take the more riskier, grosser type of horror movies. Like if you look at Shudder, you're gonna find the darkest stuff there. Where I feel like now, not that Together was dark, but I feel like almost 5 years ago, I wouldn't seen like a bigger studio push that out with that amount of stars. What I mean, I feel like obviously horror's having a really big couple years, so that's helping. But I feel like Shudder's always been like, hey, if you got something gross, we'll take
Yeah,
it.
that
You
makes
know?
What's
Yeah.
what's like the
Well-
biggest thing that Shudder, like a Shudder original? Like would not I know
Good
any, or are they
question.
like super duper niche?
I think we
You
talked
do-
about this last time. Isn't what is the deal with Terrifier? Is it did it go
no,
there?
that's Screambox, not
Okay,
Shudder.
Screenbox with Bloody Disgusting, right? They are like
Yeah.
in partners and stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see.
I know
what-
Oddity was their big one last year. I don't know if you saw that; it
Yeah.
was great.
Oddity.
And wasn't Host as well? Was I wrong?
Yeah,
That-
Post
yeah.
was Shudder.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so that definitely was that. Let's see. And then I don't think this counts because this is one like April's saying that they bought. But so Dylan, have you ever heard of the VHS series?
I don't think so.
So the very first one was like kids find a VHS. They put in as it's a bunch of like anthology short horrors put together. They're still going. The one I'm not even the biggest VHS guy. I need to rewatch them because I feel like when I was younger, I didn't love found footage, and a lot of it is found footage. But October 3rd is the VHS Halloween one, and that trailer looked real good. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
But I guess technically that's their biggest hit on the streamer, but they've got in 2021 like a sequel to it. So I'm trying to find like what their biggest
Cool.
original was, but yeah, that's kind of
Probably. I mean, Host is the one that I recognize, like out of all
Yeah.
that list.
Oh.
you
Yeah.
gave, But
They did When Evil Lurks, which we were just talking about the Discord.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch that. I've always wanted to. I just because I always say with foreign films, I just need a specific set of time because
Yeah,
I
you have
need
pay
to be able.
attention.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to do the dubs because obviously the dubs is
oh, it's got like an Evil Dead box art on that one. That's funny.
yeah. Supposedly that's the guy who's directing Alien whatever next
Oh.
one. Yeah, that's he's
For
in
the
talks,
Canadians
I
in the room,
guess.
how much is Shudder again?
Oh,
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I think
Sorry,
it's like
I'm American.
$2.99 or something. I'll bring in this man.
$2.99?
I could be wrong. I'll bring in this man because
it's a perfect time.
for a while, S Bubs had like 2.5 years of being free on Shutter because he kept finding codes and whatnot. I remember he gave me codes and stuff. You know the state of Shutter right now?
Got any more codes?
Bubs?
I'm
what
not
it's
sure.
going
I'd have to see.
Oh,
But yeah,
find out.
the way I had it for free for so long was like, yeah, it was like you could get a code to get like a month free or whatever, and then if you canceled like at any time, it was like to keep you in, like we'll give you another month free. And so you could just do that with like as many emails as you wanted. So pretty much every code gave you like 2 months really of free
Yeah.
Shutter. So
Nice.
Yeah, I know
for
for
a while I
while,
just had it.
like every horror movie podcast would have
Yeah,
a
that's
Shudder
right.
code
Like,
of their own.
yeah,
Yes.
everybody had
Okay.
had like Shutter, and you could just like,
But I haven't
even
heard
if you
it in a
didn't watch
while.
them, you could just search up like, you'd go to like a Reddit post, and there'd be like 50
Mhm.
comments, all different codes from like different channels and stuff. But
I feel
yeah,
like that's
I don't know-
definitely
I don't-
stopped.
We
It's
should get a Shudder
$8.99.
Yeah,
I
they've
feel like
definitely
that's in our
they've definitely
pocket.
cut down
In
on
Canada.
like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's $8.99 now, which is like a regular thing. But
figured me
I swear, like a couple years ago, I spent like $3 for just like a month. Like it was super
That makes.
cheap.
I mean,
but
even Disney
Yeah.
does that, right? They're like, oh, here's like 5 months for $1.99, and then you're like,
Yeah.
you're not even locked in, so they do that. Every
I
once
don't
in a
know.
while.
I pay-
I don't think they do that
think-
anymore.
12, but I have AMC Plus, so I get AMC,
Okay.
Shutter, Sundance,
yeah.
something else.
That's
I'm not
cool.
remembering. so-
Yeah, and now like, cause I remember Shudder, like maybe even like 5-6 years ago when the Halloween movies were on there, that was a big deal. Cause like, oh man, because before you'd go on Shudder, and other than Creep Show, it was just a bunch of stuff other than acclaimed stuff you've never heard of. And then when Halloween came there, it's like, oh my goodness, look, something mainstream. And now I think when you go on, like even now, like Clown in the Cornfield's on there, like I think that
They
was
have
a
like
Shudder
a pretty
movie, but
big catalog
Yeah.
nowadays, I'd say, especially of like more recognizable stuff. Like the reason I first got it, I think, was like when I was watching like the Elm Street movies. That was like the only play.
Okay.
Like they were all streaming, just like you could just watch all of them in order, just like through Shudder.
okay. There was Dylan, did you ever watch Watcher, that Stalker movie? Did you ever watch that?
I don't think I did actually. Wasn't
Okay.
that Netflix?
I saw it one.
No, it was.
No,
I have a list
yeah.
right here of it's all.
That's the what's it called? The Mike? Is it Micah Monroe?
Micah Monroe.
Monroe.
Yeah, and then Skinamarink, which I think is a movie Dylan would fucking hate if he ever
Yeah,
saw.
don't watch Skinamarink.
I watched
I love that
15
movie.
minutes of
You
that
should not
movie. I
watch
feel
it.
like I watched the whole thing.
I saw it in the
I'm hearing
theater.
about that one.
Oh my god, you saw it in the theater.
I loved
Oh.
it. No, it's so good. But the
You're in
people
that
sitting
camp?
behind me, yeah, the people
Oh.
sitting behind me were so mad. I can't believe I stayed for this whole fucking thing.
It's
I
a
love
very-
the box art, like the movie cover poster, whatever, looks great.
It's
Well, good, 'cause
very
that's the whole movie.
experimental. Yeah, it is a very.
I still haven't seen it, but I remember like the timeline, like when it came out, like all the memes and stuff. Just because
Yeah.
people are like either like loving it or
Mhm.
hating it so much.
You
I,
go one
it made
way or
it made
the
a
other.
shit ton of money.
It did because it had one of those of
Because
like.
it had like a $2 budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of those I never understood the posters like the scariest movie you'll see right here. It's like no, like I can like it or I can
Probably just
appreciate
chock full of jump scares. Like,
it. Not
No.
really even.
No
That's the
jump
thing.
It's like the opposite of that from what I
I feel
could
like that's
tell.
like the easiest way to like make a scary movie, just jam it
Nope,
full of like
no jump
loud
scares.
noises. But yeah.
Honestly,
Not a lot
it's-
happens.
Honestly, it's just like if you were to, because I do this all the time, like with, let's say Death Stranding, I'll go Death Stranding ambient, and it'll be like music, and they'll show like a couple images from the game. That's Skinamarink pretty much. It's like creepy score, and then it's constantly like new images coming up, and that's the whole movie.
And the
I-
camera is constantly just pointing at a place where like it shouldn't be. Like it's either too high or too low
Yes.
or slightly off. You never see any image clearly, only like a foot or an arm or something. That's the whole
right
movie.
now, I was just searching because I wondered, like, has that director done anything else after that? And he doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. But what I could find is, like, apparently A24 has him for, like, some
Yeah.
upcoming movie. But there's not, like, that's the only information about it.
I'll be interested to see if all his movies are like not exactly like this, but just always very experimental, or if he's going to
Apparently,
make
he
a
had, like,
more
it
wide
said,
movie.
like, he had, like, a YouTube channel making, like, horror shorts for a long
Okay.
time. So I'd have to see those and see if they're, like, in that same style, I guess.
Yeah,
I know his kids were the actors that were used in it, so that's also a big
Easy.
cost cut.
yeah, oh, easy.
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
probably all
Labor.
filmed in, like, his house.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Late Night with the Devil, that was another big one for them. That
Oh,
came out. a
Oh
couple
yeah,
years
that
ago.
was good. Yeah,
I really
like
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 that
that
one. Yeah.
There's
and
one I saw that I saw it like I was really excited for it when it was like announced, and then I just never saw I never got around to watching it until like a year later. But when I did see it, and you saw it too, Travis, the Suitable Flesh. It's
Oh, yeah, that was a fun
Lovecraft
one.
body swap
Yeah.
type movie. Yeah, because that
Yeah.
director he also did one. I don't know if this one was like a Shudder original too, but I think I did see it on Shudder when I watched it. Mayhem. It's with Samara
Oh,
Weaving.
yeah.
Yes.
Mayhem is
I've
great.
never
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah.
You
but
should
I've heard
watch
good
it. That one's
things.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the same director as Suitable Flesh. So I'd seen the other one, and I was super excited for it. And I only saw like a full year later, like the next October, and yeah, that one was like it was totally like what I wanted it to be. I'd have to rewatch it, but I remember really really enjoying it.
The one I'd
So-
recommend, and I told Taylor to watch this. I don't know if he ever did. Deadstream. I know Espos knows.
I've
Deadstream
dropped.
is
That's
That's
been
a
like
good one.
my
So
my
good.
Halloween retro like pick in the vote for like every year.
that. Well, put it in again this year. We
Oh,
got
and
the full one
Spree.
soon.
Oh, Spree
Oh,
is
that looks
another
I
pretty
Shutter
spooky
one
from
that
looking
you
at
said.
screenshots.
I
that
still gotta
also always
watch that.
recommend.
Yeah. Did you
Those
ever
two
end up
are
watching
great.
Deadstream? Because I told remember that's one where the guy goes in the haunted house with
Right?
a camera.
No, I never watched it.
Like
I
a
keep forgetting about it. but
Yeah, because I'm like,
maybe
this
I'll
is a
watch it
Taylor
this year.
Field cryptic clue. You should. It is.
So
And
that looks good. Yeah.
It's
yeah, and
like
you
a-
could watch it
it's
with
like a-
Madison too. It's funny.
It's like a found footage Evil Dead and like the comedic
Mhm.
type of Evil Dead.
yeah.
What I'm realizing, like I've definitely heard about a lot of these movies now, but I don't think I've seen a single one of them. So that's definitely a big blind spot for me. Is the
Oh, In a Violent
Shudder.
Nature was Shudder. That was
Yeah.
last year.
I really,
That's
other than
that
the
one
third
I never
act,
got around to seeing it because I feel like it came out and then like I didn't hear much like about it.
it's that's almost like Skinamarink, where it's a vibes like ambience.
No,
movie.
okay, it's not as bad as Skin.
No, I
No.
agree. It's not that, but I just mean
Yeah.
like it's a
There's some cool
slow.
writers, but not
You're just following a guy kill people. That's why I dislike the third act because it kind of detours from that. I
It's,
was like,
it's,
oh,
it's
you know.
actually a very relaxing movie for most of the runtime because you're just
Yeah.
hearing the rhythmic steps of the guy walking on leaves.
And they're making a sequel, so I'm excited to see what they can do. But Taylor, you said that was you didn't like In Violent Nature, or yeah?
No, it's not that I didn't like it. I like the idea and I did
a
enjoy it.
long
It's just
movie.
long. There's some parts where it's long.
There's a great kill into the yoga kill. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a brutal. one.
Oh,
the Hill
That and the
Kill
Love
too.
Splitter. I love the
Yeah,
Love
there's some
Splitter.
there's some good stuff. And then Dylan, here's another Shutter one. Big place in our heart. Color Out of Space.
okay, there you go. I have seen one.
That
You
was
guys
a
didn't
ride.
like that one, right? I love that
No,
one.
no, I can't remember who. I think it was Aaron Brain. I think
It was
'cause
Aaron
in-
Brain, yeah.
Yeah, because in COVID we had no content and we just let everybody pick a movie. Every patron just said, "Hey, pick a movie. Like let's watch it." And he picked that, and luckily it was like a newish movie, but that was a tough watch for me. I like other than Nicolas Cage. That's not. I like some Lovecraftian stuff, but there's definitely some stuff that is not up my alley, and that was definitely in that realm of I'll never hopefully see that again.
It
you
always
know,
gets
but-
brought up though. It's never,
Yes.
you know, it's
Memorable?
gone but never forgotten. That one.
Yeah, it has its place there. So there you
Actually,
go.
speaking of Shudder, I might want to ask the Canadian guys here. Do you guys remember a TV network we used to have called the Scream Channel?
Absolutely, Mike.
course.
Loved it. Oh.
I remember when I was a kid, I would put that on late at night because they would have like every Halloween, all the major horror franchises would marathon on there. That's why I watched most of them for the first time. They had those creepy little like commercials in between them. Love that. network.
Yeah, the dynamic, it had like a Texas Chainsaw kind of like color scheme when you're talking
Yeah.
about the like in between. That's where I would watch countless episodes of. Do you remember the Friday the 13th TV
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
So this was the beginning stages of when they broke up, and one person owned Jason, one person owned Friday the 13th.
Because the Friday 13th TV show is just like
Twilight
it's just
Zone,
like
Black
random
Mirror.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's no Jason in it.
Not even a mask, nothing. But as a kid, I didn't know about copyright and everything. So I'm like,
Does he show? Does like Jason show up at
Nothing.
like 0?
nothing, because I don't think they even legally could do that. So, but
Yeah.
as a youngin that had no idea about this stuff, and they ended up being very young, I'm like, Jason's got to be in one of these episodes, right? At some point.
That's
And-
the hook to keep watching. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna show up for sure.
and luckily it was still good, because I guess I should say too, like, it is an anthology, but it's more like X-Files, where it's a team of people and they're always dealing with, so it's like when there's that rumor, that Conjuring TV show going around. That's my pitch for that
Yeah.
show, is just the whoever, Ed Lorraine or someone young, and all the people putting stuff in that house and seeing what it is. But Friday the 13th TV show, I
You're a
really
big fan
enjoy.
of like all those sort of like the Goosebumps. Are you afraid
Absolutely.
of the dark?
I
Like
love
that whole-
I love anthology stuff. I'm like, yeah. You'll see in a couple years. I love anthology stuff. That's like Trick or Treat's my favorite Halloween movie. I don't know why. It's just something I love. Just a bunch of, now. Don't get me wrong. If there's a bunch of bad stories together, man, does that really suck? Because I remember there's this movie
That's like
called.
that the Tarantino movie I saw, like 4 Rooms. That's like the worst movie I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
right.
Because it's an anthology movie with like 3 horrendous stories, and then the 4th one is the best one, but just like by default, it's like
Yeah.
it's like a 3-star story, but the other ones are just terrible.
There's also the ABCs of Death, where it's just like
Yes.
27 like really short horror movies that start with a letter from the alphabet.
Yeah,
Those
and
ones are pretty hit and miss.
and that's why even though they weren't like Oddity or April, what was it Cobweb or Spiderweb a couple years ago?
Cobweb.
Yeah, they're not horror shorts, of course. They're full movies, but those ones I love because they kind of feel like they're an extended, like, oh, you could have saw this in a smaller version per se. So no, I love those. Trick or Treat. I'm hoping that I think they said for the anniversary they're putting it back in the theaters on like the 14th and 16th.
You are
I'm
right.
I'm
It would be
hoping
nice
we
if
get
it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping we get that, but we haven't even got tickets for the Taylor Swift movie, and I'm like, well,
Really?
yeah,
'Cause
if we're not-
I
yeah.
I just got like a random pop up on my AMC. I didn't even know the Taylor Swift thing was coming out, and I clicked on it to see what it was, and it popped up. It's like you're in queue. You're so much in line. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
that's
the
what I
am I
saw
lying
today.
for?
It was just like people in. I think it was like there's so much traffic. It was like when the first one came out, like the Eras Tour one. It's like there's so much traffic that like you're in a queue just to go to like the theater website, like not even clicking on the movie itself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if you want to buy tickets or something else, come back later.
So I'm hoping because it was like a secret movie. Because when they showed the 4 theaters participating, they're all American chains. So I'm hoping that the Canadians like, oh, we're gonna come because I'm not going to see it, but I'm going to try and get tickets for the ladies because they'll want to. But
I saw one tweet that was like, "How mad is Rock gonna be that
oh,
Smashing Machine is
oh
opening at
no,
number
I didn't even
one?"
think about that. Oh no, right? Because I was like, there's nothing that weekend, and it is It's Smash Machine and the re-release of Avatar: Way of the Water, which I know Dylan, you're gonna be there for, right? You saw that
Gonna
bonus.
be there in
Bonus.
my
Sorry,
full
Rock,
blue
but-
paint in the all the Taylor Swift fans.
Gotta get my spider on.
Could you imagine I want to be like an Oppenheimer situation where someone dresses like as a Navi with like Taylor Swift gear on, and then something with I don't know what you do for Smashing Machine. I don't. There's
Like
not much
boxing
costume there.
gloves or
Yeah, the
something.
MMA gloves. I guess I forgot. Oh, that's Rock's gonna be so pissed. That movie's gonna be an afterthought now. Oh no, man.
Gonna flop, and he's showing back up WWE.
Oh yeah. He's gonna enter the Rumble at
With the
30 and
Safdies
win.
Again. They're
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
Jumanji 3 next year. He's good. No tears for The Rock.
No, he's gonna be fine. And then he's doing some movie called like whatever
The
the
Chicken
Chicken
Man.
Man movie is, where he's playing a 70-year-old. I'm like,
That's
all
his
right.
second
Yeah.
Oscar attempt. He's already got it planned in case he loses.
Could you imagine if he just goes on like a run, like you're talking about Tarantino, never won an Oscar, and The Rock just like breaks the Daniel Day record, like wins 4, like just like nothing. Like I've always thought about that because if we get to Oscar season, even though he's younger, I've just always thought like, what is that image gonna be when The Rock wins the Oscar and they pan over to Timothée Chalamet and he's just fucking sitting there watching like Timothée Chalamet, you could argue could have had multiple times, and The Rock just comes and does one little indie movie, and they're like, here you go. I think there's a real strong possibility that happens. I think like they're like
He's gonna put like everything
I think it's too
into
early
that
to tell.
campaign.
he's gonna put everything.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
never seen the Rock campaign if he doesn't get nominated, that's fine. But if he gets nominated, oh man, like, and that's why I think if he gets nominated, I wouldn't pizza bet somebody's gonna win, but he would be my front runner just because like if there's anyone that can make it happen, The Rock's gonna strong arm his way to make it happen. And then
You
if
see, he's
not,
going to beat Daniel Day-Lewis. The Rock will be Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day being supporting watch Daniel because
yeah.
that's like a ensemble movie, so I bet that's
Yeah,
what's going to happen,
true.
and they should because then Daniel Day can break the record because right now the record is him, Meryl, and Jack. They're all tied for 3 Oscars. They should put Daniel in supporting, and then Daniel gets it, and then he retires again for another 8 years to make shoes. you know?
I don't
So-
think he would settle for that. I think he would want to be the main actor, Daniel Day.
I mean, it's for his kids
Yeah.
though, so like,
Yeah.
Just
Plus, it's
Rock
gotta be good, too,
bribes,
right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Even if the
Supporting.
movie is not good, I'm pretty sure he will be good in it. That's the one, like, almost guarantee.
Yes.
yeah.
That-
If-
oh,
if-
I, oh,
If
go
The
ahead, sir.
Rock wins,
Yeah.
what are the odds that he pimps out Zoa in his speech?
No, actually, I
No,
think it'll be
so,
the after speech. Like at the press conference, like that's interesting. I think
Yeah.
I think
yeah, the press conference at the
as
Oscars.
the post. Oh my
Yeah.
I'm gonna go home
Power
and drink
of
some
Zoa.
Terramana
I was
tequila.
gonna say no Zoa, but Terramana for sure.
Terramana
or at
for
least
sure,
like whoever's like involved
What's
in it, he's
Terramana
gonna
mean?
shout them out like my businesses, like
That's his tequila,
Yeah.
Dylan. Terramana's his tequila, and he's always
bureau.
drinking that.
he,
Yeah,
ca-
that's
he
his
cares.
bureau.
Zoa is his other child, you know. Terramana, that's his
Yeah.
true love.
Zoa, I feel like he's gonna get canceled at any point because he hasn't talked about Zoa in a while. It didn't pop off. But no, I didn't even think about that.
So as the
I-
blow up like you thought
I
they would.
really want a actors roundtable when they do that every year, and just the thought of like Daniel Day and The Rock talking, and The Rock talking about Jumanji 3 coming up and Chicken Man, and Daniel Day's talking about this emotional experience. But no, I think if Rock wins, he's gonna go full emotion. He's gonna be crying, whether that's genuine or not. There's gonna be a lot of pauses.
He's
a lot
gonna
of
give the
breaths.
$7 speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when I was a kid, even though my dad and grandfather were famous ass wrestlers, I only had $7 in my pocket. Like, they were never gonna, like, their dad, his family's Hall of Famers. His family is like runs the business. He was never like great. Like, it's called $7, but that man was never gonna be living in his car for the rest of his life. You know, like.
He's like, I couldn't even afford 1 month of Shudder. Yeah, I was down in
The Rock's got a Zoa reward system now on free.
Hell yeah.
What is
So
it? What do you do?
there's level 1 where you get your warrior. Level 2, so you buy the drinks and you get
Nice.
points that rack up towards your next tier. So there's level 2 and level 3. Level 2 is called elite. Level 3 is called champion. So if you hit level 2 after collecting 500 points, you get a
Wait, sorry,
free.
it goes Warrior, Elite, Champion?
Yes. Level
I
2,
feel like
you
Warrior
actually
should
get.
be higher than Elite, but anyway.
I'd say it should be
I feel
higher
like at least
too.
should be at the top.
I feel like Elite's top.
Yeah.
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 Really?
I think champion.
Not
should
in the
be
Rock's books.
lower. Yeah.
So you get a free Zoa Fuel Something Bigger tank top shirt. And then
Fuel or feel something bigger?
fuel
Fuel,
something
okay.
bigger.
I love that it's a
Which they
tank top,
order.
not a T-shirt.
It is a tank
Yeah,
top.
they can't afford
specifically.
sleeves. They can't afford to give away sleeves. No.
Okay, so
Uh,
that's level 2.
And then level 3, after you hit 1,000 points, you get lifetime reward of free shipping, and then you get a
Whoa.
Zoa Live Healthy T-shirt.
There's a
That's-
T-shirt.
That's
Okay,
the ultimate.
so they put the sleeves on that one.
That's champion.
So
I
how
would've
much?
thought
How
no
much
free
would
What,
that
shipping.
what does each Zoa give in terms of points? Like,
Yeah, like
how many
Zoas
Zoas do you have to
get
drink
So
for
one.
these?
Life?
You gotta drink 500 Zoas.
So
to
we
get
got-
this.
You'll be
got
dead
here.
before you reach 1,000 points.
You earn 1 point for every $1 US spent, so that'll be $1,000. So your first order, though, there's a challenge for it. You can get 20 points on your first order. For your third order, you get 30 points, 50 for 5 orders, 100 points for 10 orders. You celebrate your birthday, you get 10 points. You buy all the Zoa flavors, you get 100 points. You try the Zoa Plus powder, you get 20 points. If you buy Zoa merch,
Powder?
you get 50 points.
What's happening here? Zoa powder.
Zoa Plus powder is what it's
But
called.
all that, like, I feel like 1,000 points. That's pretty easy, and you get free shipping for life. That sounds
Let's
not too
do
bad.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
if
shipping of
you're,
more
if you're
Zoa.
drinking that many Zoas, you're gonna want the free shipping.
Yeah, 'cause
I
you can't
guess
move
so.
anymore, so you need them to deliver here.
So this is pre-workout. Travis, this is what we should have been looking for. It says scoop, shake, and shred. It's a
Nice.
5-in-1 pre-workout supplement.
5 and 1. There you go.
Shred.
Look like
Cool.
the Chicken Man. Did you find anybody that, like, normal people that aren't models wearing this shirt? Like, I wonder. I know somebody must have out there done it, but I feel like I haven't seen The Rock retweet anybody rocking their Fuel Me shirts or whatever.
Well, no,
so.
you gotta understand, Travis. Once you reach that level, you are a model officially. So they do.
Yeah,
Right.
I guess. Yeah, you're
'Cause your body's gonna be
employed.
so sculpted from all the Zoa.
Yeah,
that
the
you're gonna
Zoa,
be
it just transforms you.
shredded.
Could
Yeah.
you imagine that though? Like Dylan said, that. Imagine if he won the Oscar and it was just 5 minutes, him just pimping everything. $7, Terramana, Zoa.
Papa Tui.
Yeah, like everything. Like, and you know, on ESPN, WWE's there, and I'm one of the board members. It's been a great year for me. Like he has a lot he could talk about. But yeah, we'll have to see. I am very excited for that movie though. I think that
I've heard it is really good, and
Yes.
that like even the people who didn't like the movie that much said like Rock is really good in it.
yeah, like I won't say the win is a pizza bet, but like I've said before, I'm willing to pizza bet anybody on the nomination. I think he's in there. I think just they want the fun of that. He's gonna be on stage. He's gonna have a very fancy suit. Like they'll do something. And then you never know. He could win. He could sneak in there. Maybe Chalamet and Leo split the votes because that's what I'm surprised. Not that I'm. Oh no! What do you go? Oh no! Here we go.
This
That's
guy's
a-
not super
Logo is
jacked though.
So low.
What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it the belly button
This is
logo?
a knockoff. This is on Red Bull.
I think so.
Okay, what is
Oh,
that
here.
note?
Fuel something bigger. So I think this is the one.
That's
What?
it?
That's it? The logo's so small.
That is ridiculous.
Taylor, what's that guy in the green there doing?
In
no,
the
up
green?
above. You come on. The guy in the green. There's only one guy in the green.
Guy in the green.
That
Okay.
right there. Okay,
Teal
teal.
or
Still,
off-white.
but
Night fueled.
you should know which guy I'm talking about. The guy wearing a full like wrestling attire.
That thing looks
jacket.
slippery.
Yeah, it does. But there you go. He's probably some box or
Can I see?
something, right?
Go to the.
Oh,
I want to see
fighter.
that back design on the other tank tops there. The black and teal one at the top.
Black and
The
teal.
one that's like a vertical kind of design.
Ooh, yeah, that's kind of.
I kind of like that. I like.
That's an
I like that.
alien. That's an alien
It
symbol they
looks very
found the
Outer
crop
Wilds,
does.
looks very video game like waypoint kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Do what you need to do, then do some more.
God, his Zoa logo almost looks like the PlayStation symbols because you
kinda
got
does.
on there.
The controller buttons.
You got the X.
And if you get to the
That's
5th
crazy.
tier, the legend tier, you can get the PlayStation
bod?
official. So,
Oh,
Dwayne
and his
energy.
bod doesn't even have this. Oh, I don't.
I remember
That's
when
a
he tried to
knockoff.
push
Is that
this
real?
catchphrase. Yeah. I
There's
remember
no
when
way
he tried
they
to
This is
push
real.
that
This is a
On the website.
There's no why did that question mark?
I hope when he wins the Oscar, he like removes his suit like Superman, but he's got the got bod shirt on.
Okay, I like
there.
that tank. I like that burgundy tank.
Yeah,
That's
I like that one
Really?
too.
That's
yeah.
nice.
The logo of just like that logo there with the mask is good.
Yeah, it's like some whole thing. I'll start tomorrow. Crossed out. Oh man.
It was like the only 3 designs.
There you go.
Yeah.
I hope they're doing well, but yeah, no, and even because like I know it's Paul Thomas Anderson, so like obviously it's going to be a big deal, but the fact that one battle after another is getting like so much praise and so much like
Oh, yeah.
looks like it's a big front runner, kind of surprised me because I feel like with PTA it's either like he's a front runner or it feels like with Phantom Fred like yeah, we'll nominate for some stuff, but it's not like it's not going to win anything. But this year, it looks like there's a lot going on there. So I'm very excited next week to catch that. I can't wait. Like I've said before, I think I got to see like a 10:30 showing, and that movie's 2:40. But I don't have much time, and I got to see it. So I'm really excited for that. Excited to see Sean Penn in something again. So
Sean.
yeah, love good old Sean Penn. Yeah, I actually don't know how we got to The Rock and Zoa and how it all comes around, but
It always
I
comes
feel like
back
we
to the
always
Rock.
end up
Yeah.
back at Zoa and the
yeah, it's forever imprinted. We should just be like moved to the elite status. We shouldn't have to like wait. We've probably given it
Skip the
more
line.
press than anybody that's not paid for by The Rock.
I would
So,
wear those tank tops. Well, a couple of them I'd wear.
What if you could only wear the ones you don't like?
Big
Depends what
Dwayne
kind
energy.
of deal I'm getting.
It's free.
I don't want free shipping. I want money. I just want dollars in my bank account. That's all.
So gift card instead.
Yeah, give that to my
Thanks,
mom
Dylan,
for
for
a birthday.
supporting-
Mom, here's a Zoa gift card.
And a God bod
Make sure you use
shirt.
my account so I get the points to get my free shipping.
Yeah, we should just pitch that in the Discord. We should just make a Geek First account, and all of us just like go in there, and we'll auction the shirt off for extra lifetime. That'll be it won't be a Geek First shirt this year. It'll be the Zoa
If they
shirt.
do like a Zoa
Just get
parody Geek Verse shirt.
Well, yeah, Taylor, you should. Yeah, we definitely should work on that at some point. We got a lot of shirts Taylor's got to make there. But.
Are we doing 2 this year? A little sneak peek. Are we going to do 2 separate designs?
Well, because I haven't. I thought that we were maybe because we've never done them. We were talking about doing the Fantastic Four, but
Right.
with Geek First, and then the Superman with Geek First. Because we don't have like I feel like every year there's something that stands out. Like okay, when Rings of Power came out, we're doing Lord of the Rings. When Barbie was big, we did that. X-Men '97, but there's nothing I feel like that has been like I don't know. There hasn't. It's kind of like what I can't remember when we were talking about it, but it just I think it was around the time they did that Netflix run, that K-pop Demon Hunters, like that somehow became like the summer movie, and even though it was just streaming and only for a weekend, it's like we didn't have that big one. I guess that transitions into some of the topic here where it's just I don't know what it would be. So I thought we might do the options. I want to pitch the boys that like we did last year. I want to buy F4 suits, and if we hit a certain tier in Extra Life, us wear those costumes, like the Fantastic Four ones. I found like some good $20 ones on AliExpress. So I think because we're just wearing
What
it
do
for
you
the
do
one
the
night.
thing? Is it like a little plastic mask or something?
I guess we'd have to get that, or we could
We'll
just
paint.
have some,
Use that face paint.
or rock actual,
That's
but
one
glue
of
to
the
the body.
goals of
Well, that would have to be
full
you, Travis,
paint.
because you have
Full rock.
the biggest muscles.
Oh, I don't want to be the thing though. I want Sue because I like Sue's.
Wait, you think Kirkland's
outfit
gonna be
and
the
all.
thing?
Sure, he's always talking about going to the gym. So
Why can't I be the thing?
You want to be the thing?
No.
No, no one. Just, like, is anyone's favorite Fantastic Four member the thing in this room?
You should just let us patrons vote on who gets to be what.
That's there you go.
There you go.
I like
That's a
that.
good.
I like that.
I like that.
Keep talking, you want more
Or you
benefits from
play
patrons,
like
that's a
a
great benefit.
you play some game where either the loser has
Oh,
to
okay,
do
yeah,
that.
something on the line there. Yeah, yeah. If we do the thing, I don't think we can get rocks, but I definitely at least do some face paint or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, April, I'll start with you. What do you? Because I think, when does summer officially end here? Have we ended? Are we in fall or not yet? I think it's still.
I was looking this
I
up.
feel
It's
like, yeah,
the
maybe
I think
22nd.
The 20th? Yeah, I mean,
I've heard 5 days.
I mean,
so
I feel
don't-
like
it's coming
October
up.
is probably like definitely over by then.
Yeah.
as far as movie season, I feel like that would end in August. Like,
Yeah. no.
To me, that ends in August. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say. April. What? And this is if people don't have a for sure, you can think about it or just throw something out there. Do you have like a favorite movie of this past summer? And then do you have any movie that kind of let you down? Even though you're very paused on movies, was there one that you're hoping to like a little bit more than you did?
That's true. I'm looking through my letterbox real quick
Okay.
to remind myself what came out this summer.
I'm pulling it
I watched
up
a lot
right
of
now,
movies.
too.
I have that letterbox open too.
This is a classic. We talk about Zoa, and then we at some point got to open up the letterbox. We're like, I
still
don't
know my
know.
login. I've been off Letterbox for too long at this point.
All right. So has anybody seen Sorry Baby?
no.
No.
What is
I
that
want to
one?
know.
Sorry, Davey.
Sorry Baby.
Sorry, baby. Sounds familiar.
I have not heard of that one.
Oh,
It's
I've
gonna-
seen. I
It's
haven't
gonna
seen
be the
it. but-
movie that I'm really mad doesn't get nominated for any Oscars. So
Oh, okay. Who? Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody on my. I have nobody on Letterboxd that gave it lower than a 4.5. So there we
it's
go.
really
Okay.
good. Yeah, it's rough, but it's really good.
Oh, Naomi Aki's in it. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Isn't it like a kind of bottle movie, I think? Am I wrong there?
Mm-mm. Not really.
Okay. Thinking of the wrong thing.
Let me see.
Did
I gotta-
anybody see Sketch?
No.
Nope.
No. That's like the
Wow, you're
what
trying
is
to
it
show us
like
up.
like
Yeah,
Christian
guys, I don't know
funded one or
It
something
it
like
is. So the only reason I saw it is because it was a mystery movie. Because normally I don't
that? Yeah.
see Angel Studios movies, but it was really good. It's kind of like a Jurassic Park type. Because
Okay.
they're like
Yeah,
drawn
Taylor.
monsters. It was really
the only
good.
thing
Yeah.
I saw is like, doesn't the credits have like some like AI thing?
Yes, I did not
Yeah.
see that, but yeah, it does.
So So for context, people, it June 20th is when it starts. If you're looking at when the summer is
Okay.
there, because I didn't know it was.
We
well
watched
either, to be honest.
Extinction on June 20th. Apparently, the
Oh, it's
Netflix
true.
and
Is that your
failed.
you can make that your summer movie. You
No.
know, it doesn't
Start of
matter.
the summer.
I really liked Weapons. I think some of you have seen that one.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. But I haven't really like. I think I've been like sort of spoiled, but like never really like looking into it. Like if I saw something, I
Mm.
just like kind of like clicked past it because I'm definitely gonna watch it at some point. But
There's some
Yeah.
good stuff in there too that I don't think would be spoiled. That are just like good moments and everything. It's definitely worth a watch at some point. So
Yeah, I'm watching it tomorrow.
okay. April, do you have anything that disappointed you, let you down in the summer?
So I just saw something. I don't even remember what it was. I watched too many movies, guys.
Yeah, your
I was
list.
like
is-
scrolling and scrolling. Where did you go? Oh, I didn't like Ojai, which I don't know. I don't know if I had very high expectations for that to start with.
Oh, wow.
The Old Guard 2 wasn't very good.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Oh, is Ojai even? Is that out now?
I think so.
I like
Okay.
that cast. That's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird, and it's one of those movies like if you reverse the genders, it would be a horror movie. For sure.
Oh.
That's like that's like one of the subgenres on Shudder. Just like
Reverse genders.
Yeah. Americana was kind of disappointing. It's still
Yeah,
pretty good.
I want
but-
to see that, but yeah, I haven't heard the best things about it.
Oh, and I
so.
really hated Friendship. There you go.
Oh yeah, I haven't. Who's the main guy there in that? Not Paul Rudd, but the other guy.
Tim Robinson.
Yeah, I haven't.
I think
I
it
haven't
just
seen.
I've heard
depends
good
on
things
like
about that one.
his
That's too bad.
style of comedy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I started
it's not
watching
for
like
me.
what's the name of his like Netflix
I think you should
comedy
leave.
show? Yeah, like I watched it and it's just like it just wasn't for me. Like his, like I get why people like it, but he's just one of those that's like I watch it and it's just like it's just
Except-
not really my style of comedy.
I keep people say that it's not their style of comedy. What exactly is his style of comedy? Because I don't know what
He's
his
just
things
very,
are.
like,
obnoxious, I think.
weird.
Awkward
okay.
and
Yeah, like
Okay.
very
I
awkward
don't know.
comedy.
My thing was like you're supposed to laugh at him, but mostly I just felt really bad for him.
Oh, okay.
Is that's like the
They're
shtick he's
making
doing
fun
in
of
that
this
movie?
like neurodivergent person.
Hmm.
I think he does that in like everything he does, and
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought
I
this was
feel
gonna
like
be
his
something
comedy is like
different,
him
but, yeah.
suffering is like
Yeah,
the
it is.
comedy.
Yeah, like
Okay, I will say the positive review I heard from that one is someone who's a big fan of him in general, so that makes sense. So maybe-
yeah. No,
That's my
at
worst
some
movie, yeah.
point I haven't seen StamCon just like ever like clips, and I've just never been like, oh, I need to seek more of this out. That shtick can work, and I like Paul Rudd, but I just because there is just so much stuff. I go, oh, I'll maybe get to that eventually. Because like Dylan, I feel like the people I've heard good things from are people that really like his stuff, and
He did
I wouldn't
voice
say he's bad.
the ugly Sonic in the Chippendale movie.
Yeah.
oh, that's great. That's an all-time. He's never. That's the peak right there. He can never get any better than that. That's a fantastic one. So, okay, but
And
yeah,
then, Life of Chuck is one of my favorite movies of the year. which was
Yeah,
my
that's
last
a good one. It still might be in contention. That could end up being my Golden Geeks pick to make these guys watch it. It's either that or Bring Her Back. Those are the two that I think. I know
Sorry,
Dylan's
Sorry,
seen
bring her
at
back. What was
least,
the
so-
other one?
Life of Chuck. That one. The Tom
I watched Life of
Hiddleston.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's yeah. I think most of you like. I don't know how Taylor will feel about it because I don't know. I feel like sometimes the really indie Hardy movies, he's just like, I don't get it, or like I don't like it. You know, like so.
Some
he's
old
just
gruff voice. For
I
Taylor.
feel like that's when he's the most old man when it's like something really indie and like, I don't know about this. You know, there's a couple things that surprise. But what about you, Mike? You got any contenders for your favorite movie of the summer and one that would let you down?
Favorite movie? It would still probably be the How to Train Your Dragon remake. Actually, I know
okay.
it feels a bit weird saying that a remake is my favorite, like a live action remake is my favorite movie, but like especially since it's the same director who made the animated movies, it really felt like this was the most successful version of that kind of thing to the point where, like, honestly, if I wanted to watch that movie, I wouldn't mind watching either the animated one or the live action one because it adds some cool new layers to it. All the visuals are amazing. I will maintain that the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack is the most underrated movie score of the past 20 years. I love that score, and yeah, all the actors did a great job. So I mean, yeah, that's probably it was the one I had the most fun watching in the theater. And
Okay.
as far as when I think was the most disappointed, a bit Superman because I went into it with like really high expectations, and I still really enjoyed it, but not like to like the James Gunn level I thought I would.
Not to
But,
like Maddie, who's watching every fucking 2
Yeah,
weeks.
he's like what 10 times now on Letterboxd.
I looked at his activity and like every once in a while I refresh and I just see Maddie and I'm like, is this the last one? Oh no, he's watched it again.
He's,
Like,
he's
I-
playing in the background for sure, probably.
Yeah, which is so funny because I don't think it's. Mike, I'm with you. The Superman is my pick too. Where I didn't hate the movie, but I was expecting because I love.
I have
the
a bigger pick than
Guardians.
that though for most disappointed. My
Okay.
most disappointed one, and you're probably gonna disagree with me on this, but is Eddington from Ari Aster.
Oh no, I'm fine. Like I'm not like I enjoyed it a lot, but I can see why someone would put that there. Yeah, I get
feel
it.
like I've loved like I've loved this first two movies, and I was a big defender of
Beau Afraid?
Beau's Afraid, and I just feel like what he was going for in this movie, I honestly felt like he did better in the first like third of Beau's Afraid. I thought that was like better encapsulation
That's
of like
fair.
the COVID era, and
Yeah.
Eddington. To me, it just felt like he's taking like the low hanging fruit. The characters felt more like just ways for him to do slogans and catchphrases, and I just didn't really leave it with a lot of like emotional attachment. So yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be my most.
No,
disappointing one.
I agree. There's a lot going on. Like, I think I gave it like a 4 out of 5. I love the performances. I love some of the scenes, and just not set pieces, but the pacing of them. I don't.
Visually, it was great. All the camera
Yeah.
angles were great. The acting was good, but like not to the caliber I would expect from those, because those are like some really, really great actors in there. And ultimately, I just felt like it was a little too busy. Like none of this, like there was a lot of
Yes.
like interesting stuff, but he never had the time, even though it was a 2.5 hour movie, to really dig into it. Just the Emma Stone subplot that could have been a whole movie on itself with Austin Butler and all that.
I say this all the time. I think Emma Stone right now is the best actress. You can make a case for it doesn't matter male or female in the world. I like her in Eddington, but the fact that was her role, I was like, you could have got almost anybody to do this role. like to me, when you got Emma Stone, like let's say you write that role and then Emma Stone agrees. To me, you rewrite that script. Like not maybe because I get it, it's probably like a budgetary thing, but then the scenes you get her for, I'm like, I feel like you like give her something a bit more to do with that character when you have her. And I don't know if it was just they're trying to. Because I think I do think it's like the Nolan thing where I bet a lot of those actors are working with Ari definitely at like a discount because they probably like the stuff he does, and he probably looks at it as like, oh great, I can get a bump. But I'm very curious his next movie because I know he says he's doing a horror movie, but like Beau is Afraid and Editing both like were really big like financial disappointments for A24. And because I remember there was this rumor with A24 when they saw Beau is Afraid, they were like, I don't know. And they were kind of like, you should maybe shop this around. And when no one else bought it, they're like, well, because you gave us Hereditary and Midsommar. It was kind of like we'll do this for you, but it sounded like A24 didn't really want it. And Editing, I don't know why, because I still think too, like part of the reason is it's a personal thing, but I still just think people don't want to go pay to watch a COVID movie right now. It's like we're not that far away. It's like you're getting transported back to that time. And I think some aspects it does that really well. But I agree with you, some other aspects, it's kind of all over the place with the like religious side and political side, and then just like the greater overall. And but
the ending that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that feels like Ari Aster though, right? Like Beau is Afraid is that too. Like that's an ending that comes out of nowhere.
I feel like Beau's Afraid though, it prepped you more for that. You were kind of like building up to it,
really?
Whereas Eddington felt more like it's just
for what he finds in the
you
attic.
prepped for the monster in the attic, Mike? What prepped you for that monster?
The paint drinking scene, the stuff going on in the first, the third. I'm not saying it was like 1-to-1, but it was more so aligned than with Eddington, where it was eerily realistic, and then at the end, just out of nowhere. I'm not going to spoil it, but you know what I'm talking about.
It still stays realistic though, at least, right? There's no, it doesn't have that fact where it's not like a big, because I think that's
not fantasy, but
but that's what was surprised me, because I thought for sure we would go that route. So when Ari didn't go that route, I was like, oh, it's like a regular movie in a sense, and then I felt a little disappointed there because I was prepped for this attic monster, and there is no attic monster in this movie. It's just like a kind of depressing ending. It's like, oh, okay,
I mean,
so
he did say he was making a western, and that is how you end a western.
yeah, I don't know if he hit that. Yeah, the ending for sure. I don't think the movie to me doesn't feel like, other than them being in the desert, doesn't feel like a western to me. I don't think he nailed that vibe per se. So. What was I gonna say? Okay, so How to Train Your Dragon and then Superman and then Eddington for those two. Okay, but yeah, Eddington, I understand. So, what about you, S-Bubs? What do you got?
For favorite one, I'm not really sure. Like I didn't see that many movies, but a lot of them I enjoyed like pretty much the same amount. Like I gave a lot of them like 4 out of 5s.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I had to pick a favorite one, it'd probably be between Superman and Naked Gun. Probably
Naked
both
Gun
together there, cause both and what you guys are saying about Superman is kind of how I felt about like F4, which I'm pretty sure I've already said before. It was like I just had like super like Superman, I was excited for because it was James Gunn, but since I'm not as much of a DC fan, I didn't really know what really to expect there, and I ended up enjoying it like way more than I thought I would. And then for F4, I was expecting it to be like really, really good, and then I had a lot of excitement for it, and then I was just like really disappointed by it.
Okay, that's fair. What about you, Dylan? Because I know there's a couple you skipped this year, the bigger ones. So I'm curious to see what was cooking in the turtle show.
I also shout out F1. I thought was really good too.
You're on the positive camp. Okay. Yeah. I still haven't seen it yet, but that
I will say it's just like it is pretty much like every racing movie.
Yeah.
Like it has like the same beats as like every single racing movie, but I just thought like the performances and characters were really good.
It's a very, very well done version of what it's trying to do.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a few things I haven't talked about yet because we haven't done what we've been watching sequence in a little bit. I finally did see Naked Gun and loved it. Just
Yeah.
the laughs per minute are the highest of the year, so it was just a great time.
I won't
Stupid
say
fun.
what,
Stupid fun.
but because I made Emily watch it, the actor that pops up in the third act, wasn't that an amazing pull? Has everyone seen Naked Gun here?
You have to
Okay.
remind me.
I
though,
won't
'cause
say
my
it.
memory sucks.
There's just like I'll say the cameo from another action star.
And the way they do it, it was just like so hilarious to me because like I was laughing when it happened,
I'll
but then I
message
was like, what is even happening? And then the way they explain it is just like, it made me laugh even more.
Yeah, because that was my favorite one, but I couldn't tell Emily, so I was like, I'm just gonna have to show you, and it's done in such a way. That's what I love. Like,
Oh
just-
yeah, that part.
yeah, just so clever. The whole movie. Like, I don't know if we're getting another one, but man, that was like a parody done the perfect way. So I'm glad you enjoyed that.
And I forget if this came up on the pod, but the Roses. Has anyone seen the Roses yet? That
No, not
Benedict
yet.
and
Yeah, I missed it.
Coleman one. I loved it.
Was
I
it
had a
good?
really,
Okay.
really great time with that movie. Yeah,
Okay.
super funny. Like over the top and like just the right amount. Some really nice visuals in there. And then throwing like Sandberg in there and like Kate McKinnon as well, who are like really, obviously they're hilarious. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed that one. I don't think I really have like I guess my least favorite's War of the Worlds, right? Because that came out in the summer.
That's fair. Yeah,
That's a good
That
pick,
movie's
yeah.
a masterpiece. I don't know how you're talking about.
And then actually one other movie that came out earlier this year, not a summer one, but has anyone seen The Assessment
No.
No, I want
With,
to. That's with
um,
Olsen, right?
I don't think so.
with Olsen?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where that
Vikander?
like streaming
It's
or
on
whatever.
Prime. Well, for Canada, it's in
Okay.
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
It's a weird freaking movie. I liked it. Like, there's interesting
Okay.
world building going on. Like, the set design's really cool. Acting's great. Alicia Vikander is like hilarious, like crazy in that movie, which is a super fun performance for her. So
Okay.
I
Ooh, I gotta add
liked
this.
it, but it's definitely not going to be like a top 5 movie of the year for me when
Yeah.
it comes Golden Geeks time. But more people have seen that, definitely post your thoughts in the Discord because I'm curious what others think. But I think that's literally all the summer movies all the new things I saw this summer. It's been a lot of still, finishing up the 1994s now into Tron
Yeah.
and stuff. So I haven't seen a ton of new things, but yeah.
I also did see that Caught Stealing movie. I don't
Mhm.
remember if I posted about like on Discord. I thought it was pretty good. The only thing was, and I don't really know if this is like good or bad, but it felt way longer than it actually was. Like it's
That doesn't
only
sound
like it's only like, but it's
You
in the
rarely
sort of
sound-
like.
That's really good.
But I think it's like
like an hour and
the
40
fact
minutes,
that,
right?
Like
Yeah.
like so much happens where it's
That's-
like
It moves
it
very
could be
quickly.
like it literally happened to me that I thought I had like read how long the movie was. Like I thought I'd read the wrong time because it's like an hour 40, and I was thinking like maybe it was like 140 minutes or something, and I read it wrong. But it was like I thought like 2 hours or more had gone by, and I checked my watch, and it had been like only an hour. But it's
Well-
because so much happens in this
Yeah,
movie
it's a lot.
where it's like there's even something happens that I thought was like this happened after so much had already happened with this other character, but then now that I think about it, that event was probably in like the first like 30 minutes of the movie, and I just felt like it had been building for way longer than that. But
Okay.
yeah, but I did enjoy it. I liked all the actors. I think everyone's doing fun performances.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there. I don't think you told me on Discord, but I think we talked about it a little in the gimmick because I kept telling you gotta watch The Wrestler. Remember, that's what I brought up to you recently. You gotta watch
maybe
The
it was
Wrestler.
like after we ended the
Yeah. The Wrestler, man. I like a
still
lot of
need to watch
Aronofsky,
it.
but that's like it's tough. I know it's like they're back to back, but The Wrestler and Black Swan, that's like pick and
Black
chill right
Swan.
there. That's like he's got some other great ones like Requiem for a Dream. Obviously, Mother was not his like finest hour, but
Or Noah.
or I need to watch Noah again, but that's what because I know it has like a cult following of Defenders, but most people I think have what you say, Mike, about Noah.
It's not a
but
terrible movie. It's
Yeah.
just like a weird sore thumb in his filmography, I feel like.
is it more
Mother
sore than
is
the
great,
Mother
though.
though? Is
Well,
Mother's
Mother
Mother is
great?
great.
It
Mother
Mother's
is
feels-
great.
Great.
It feels more like a Darren Aronofsky movie than Noah does. I'll say that about Mother.
Well, that's what I'm curious because I will see it with Caught Stealing. To me, when I saw the previews, it didn't look like Aronofsky at all. That's what was surprising
Yeah,
to me.
it's definitely his most like mainstream.
Ah, that's disappointing because now like
It's really good though.
I do say
Okay.
it does get like pretty dark, I'd say.
Yeah,
But
it
like
does.
I think the trailers played it up more to be like a sort of I'm trying to think what director like what's like
The guy who
like-
did
like David Leitch.
Blade
what's
Runner.
like the not like David Leitch, but like what's the Kingsman director?
Matthew Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like the trailers played it up more to be that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, there is like humor, definitely. But obviously, I think like the contents of the story are like some pretty brutal stuff goes
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like get depressed with some of these directors right now and the way Hollywood works because you got that, and then like I said, I guess you call it stealing, but it's like I'm not a fan of supposedly he's remaking Cujo, and I'm like, really, like that's what he's gonna be
Aronofsky
doing?
is?
Isn't he remaking Cujo? It's him
I
or
don't know.
somebody else. I thought it's somebody
Maybe.
else. I could be wrong, but it's
I remember
another director
seeing
that
the
I'm like,
announcement of it.
oh.
I don't think it was.
And when I hear James Gunn being like, "Yeah, I'm talking to him about Plastic Man," I'm like, I don't need Darren Aronofsky doing Plastic Man. Like,
Oh,
what are we
that's
doing? I don't need that. But that's the way it is. Just because some of these directors, like, that's where like some people made a really good point that I don't know if it should have happened. But 10 years ago, if Steven Spielberg directed Call of Duty movie, that would have happened. That like there would have been no, oh, we're gonna turn you down. Sorry, Steven, go away. Like that's crazy that we're in. Same thing, Marty Scorsese. Like it always comes like sometimes he doesn't get the funding from certain places. Luckily, Apple's supposedly funding the next movie, but it's just we're in that era where a lot of these guys, I feel like, have to do a lot of. It used to be one for you, one for me. I feel like there's a lot of one for all you going on right now, unfortunately. So you know,
Has anyone seen Toxic Avenger yet?
Yeah,
no.
That was
it's
it.
fun.
Okay.
It's exactly what you expect it to be.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
what I
fun.
expect it to be honest. So I
have you
don't
seen the
know,
first
I don't-
one?
I have not, but I love that
Oh.
director's last movie like a
Okay.
lot. So I'm very
It's a lot of
intrigued by
fun.
that one.
It's
Okay,
gross
cool.
and graphic.
I'll check it out
and
when it's
it's
streaming,
fun.
I think.
But what's the whole
Yeah.
story with Toxic Avenger, like the movie itself, where it was like it wasn't gonna get released or something? I remember there being something with that. Now I don't remember the details of
I
it.
think the company that produced it thought it was going to be more like losing more money by releasing it. So I think it sat on the shelf for about 2 years, and then another company bought it from them. I think they still did end up
I
losing.
think it might have
money,
been longer
but-
than 2 years because Jacob Tremblay's in it and he's like young.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because
So
I saw
yeah,
that and he's in Life of Chuck, so it's like he doesn't even look like the same person.
yeah. Life of Chuck. He's looking real old. Not like an old man, but just like you're the kid from Room. Oh my god! Like that makes me feel older than anything. But yeah, I think it was like the Bugs Bunny blew the world up. Like some company came in, bought it, and then released it. And yeah, no, I think we did get it here, but I think they just played it for like a week, and I didn't have time to see because I was semi interested, but there's lots going on this summer. But yeah, I think it just kind
It's
of
a
got
lot
like
of fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll definitely check it out
when
when
it comes
it's.
on VOD.
I-
I feel like
Not
I've seen
bad.
that Elijah Wood picture of him looking like the penguin for like 3
Yes.
years now. That's the one.
Yes, that's like the Brendan Fraser whale photo. There's another Aronofsky movie, The Whale. I
Oh
love
yeah, I
The
forgot
Whale.
that was there.
I know a lot of people don't like it for certain reasons, but I loved
Yeah,
it.
it was
Love
good.
Fraser in it. Like I just want to keep doing that type of stuff. But I did think of one though. I forgot. I'm gonna take Superman away. Man, Happy Gilmore 2. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
that was rough. I remembered it. I remember when someone mentioned some other streaming movie. I was like, right, Happy Gilmore 2. That was a tough, really tough watch for me. And it sucks because like started okay and then just a nosedive. And not that it was a surprise because I think we all thought that, but I think that's what pained me when the first like 25 to 30 was, I think, like maybe like a 7 out of 10. And to me, a Happy Gilmore sequel, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long. But then it progressively those numbers
Everything
start
after
dropping.
the Margaret Qualley scene was down.
I agree. I agree. That's when the movie shifted. She like it was like the substance. She like sucked up all the quality and then left. like there's and I'll say it again. I just hate movies. I'm not trying to say like Star Wars, but I hate movies that just like every single new character is related to one of the old characters. Like I'm so and so's daughter. I'm so and so's kid. Like
I mean, that's like the what Naked Gun did as a joke. With,
yeah,
like, all
right.
The police.
Yeah, that wasn't done well because we get that so much. Of like I can care about. You have Eminem. He doesn't have to be like I'm the jackass's son. It's like it's Eminem. Just have him play Eminem. Like it
I
doesn't
didn't even
matter.
know that was Eminem until after. I was like, why are we spending so much time on this guy? Because he's related to the guy from the first movie. And then I realized that was Eminem. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Taylor, what do you got over there? Well, what do you got in your mouth actually? And then what do you got for your
my mouth?
Ew.
Yeah, you had something in your mouth. What are you eating over there?
The pumpkin pie Blizzard from Dairy
Oh,
Queen.
it's back. Okay.
It's back. Every year I
Excited.
gotta
Yeah.
get sneak in and get it. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll have to calm down. It's okay. But yeah, I'll have to get that at some point. But yeah, Taylor, what's your favorite movie this summer? So you got from June. Oh, I didn't say my favorite is 28 Years Later. I was ranted enough about that, but it came out on the day summer started, June 20th. So I'm saying it counts, and yeah, that's still my movie of the year right now.
That might be
I-
my top one
it's
then if
good.
it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Watching
until
it
the
for
fall.
Halloween.
Oh, I thought they said be that for Halloween. I'm like, I don't know what I can be, Mike. I don't know which character from
That's
that
not-
movie.
That's not
Be
child.
the skull tower that on the poster.
Yeah,
there you
I'll
go.
be Ray Fiennes and pull skull towers around. Like I can't be anybody else. But yeah, Taylor, what do you got over there?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say Fantastic Four. I was just
Wow.
really surprised with Fantastic Four, and I'm just riding high off of that. And it's coming out actually on VOD soon, and I think that's gonna be
23rd.
one- 23rd. Yeah, that's when it drops
Yeah.
hard copy. I'm gonna pick up a hard copy of that because I really love that movie. It was a good time, and I'm excited to rewatch it. Yeah, I think it was a damn good time. But you took mine, Travis. Or at least I'm with you. Happy Gilmore 2 is absolutely just my least favorite, just because that first one, it's not like the perfect movie, but it's got a lot of nostalgia for me, and just ever since then, just lots of laughs and memories and stuff like that from that film. And I feel like they just really hacked it up a little bit with the sequel. And I've met a few people. They're like, oh, Happy Gilmore 2 just came out. Oh, it was good. I'm just like gritting my teeth, like, oh, you like that
My parents for
movie?
sure. They're like, oh, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There were
like
some people who were really defending it. That movie.
there are some.
Yeah, they're lost
enough.
individuals.
I'm not an Adam Sandler person. I haven't seen the first one, so I was not going to watch the second one.
Yeah.
I will shout out the Materialist, though. That's another one that
Yes.
I
Right. I
liked.
have to see
Yes.
that
I haven't
still.
seen
was a
that
good
one
one.
yet. I've
Yeah, it
tried
was
to pull
good.
it up a couple times, and it's just not really. It seems that interesting, so I haven't made myself watch it yet.
I watched
you
like
like-
20 minutes of it.
Oh, so both. That's good. Both. That's not glowing reviews. Because that's funny. Because Dylan, I know you liked Past Lives a lot, and then April, did you like Past Lives?
I do plan on
It
finishing
was fine.
at some point.
Oh,
Like
that's
I think
fine.
it's a really well-made movie. It's just not for me. I
Yeah.
just don't like romance, to be honest.
That's fair.
So-
That's fair.
I liked Materialists
horror,
more
yeah.
than Past Lives.
Really? Okay.
I mean,
that's
I will
was-
definitely see it at some point. I just haven't got around to it yet.
Yeah, because I like Past Lives a lot, but I wasn't when people were like, "This is the movie of the year." I wasn't on that bandwagon. I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, slow down." Like when she got nominated for screenwriting, I was like, "Hey, that's about it." When people were mad about Best Picture Director, I was like, "I can't get on that with the talent we have. I'm like, I can't get on that bandwagon." But Taylor, you said you're gonna pick up a hard copy. I have to ask you, where is this for your steel book?
Oh.
Are you? Now the problem is I don't know because it's out there if it's on sale or what the deal is. But you're liking that more
God.
than the
Look
Jurassic
at I
World
just
one
you
got?
pop that up as soon as I like put a dose of pumpkin pie blizzard in my mouth. It was like the double whammy of just that's really good. I love that design so much. And yeah, if people haven't seen, you should pull up the Jurassic World one because it's just horrendous. What a fucking
Sure.
joke. What are
I
they
will.
doing?
I will. I think I saw they re-released them too. Like they put more in. there,
Re-release?
so- Well, like they sold more copies. So I was laughing
Sold
because I
more.
thought they were gonna
Who's
do.
buying 'em?
I thought they were gonna do like a new case, but they didn't. Okay, yeah, I do have it here. Give me one
Taylor's
second.
secretly saying he hates the Jurassic World one, so
I
other
got
people don't
mine.
buy it and you can get it.
I got that 4K right here at Ultra HD with the Blu-ray. But you know what I'm gonna do? I just figured this out. People make custom steel cases because I've been, may or not have reached out to a guy that makes custom ones for Adrenochrome. Might see a steel case come for that. But I've been looking around on like the Etsy shop, and I'm trying to see maybe I might just buy like a custom good Rebirth steel case and just pop the discs into that, and then Bob's your uncle, right?
What was your uncle?
Grandpa's Bob, but not my uncle. I'm trying to find a full. I keep getting a lot of the small images of it, but it is a truly terrible one. So I will find it at some point. Walmart.ca just sucks ass because they just won't let me open up
terrible
any
website.
It's really big. I'm trying to open something up here, and it's just the fight of my life here. It's like trying to get Taylor Swift tickets just to open up a link on Walmart.ca. Okay, I got a bigger image because I remember Taylor was pretty disappointed when this came out here, but I can't get rid of the full ad. But there we go. Yeah, there's the. I'll go up a little bit. That's
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
steelbook
awful.
right there. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's literally just like like steelbook. You're supposed to like take some time and curate it. Like same thing. That
It looks like
Fantastic
it's
Four.
missing text.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it feels
They
like
got the
there should be
logo, though.
something else.
Got the logo
Yeah.
in that top right corner. So it's $70 probably after taxes and everything. What a-
$64.98 delivery $2.20. So yeah, it's gonna be $70 for that image right there.
Not even the digital copy anymore. You know what? That's what fucking bothers me is these movies don't have digital copies anymore. Like it's a fucking joke. I think you should throw it all in there. I want the DVD, I want the Blu-ray, and I want the digital copy.
They lose money that way if they do that.
I don't care. I'm paying them. I'm giving them their
Well,
jobs. You
pay 'em
know,
for-
they.
Oh no, you're one of those. I paid for your house.
I wonder if it's like a thing with like the streaming services, like they can't give away the digital codes so that people are
Probably.
forced to go to one of the streaming services.
Where do you even
like
get
that.
those? Where do you even enter those codes, anyways? Nowadays, I remember there was a place where you used to always go, but I think it didn't it like shut down or something at one point.
Yeah, they they change them. I feel like every few years when you do get one, but usually you can redeem it to, you can redeem it to Google, so like YouTube movies, or you could redeem it to Apple. Those are the two that I know of.
Because I have a bunch of
Because I think
DVDs that
there
have
was-
those. I never use them.
You
Yeah,
should
I
have
think
used
there were
them.
like two other ones. There's like the Movies Anywhere, and then
Yeah, I think
like,
that's the one
and-
that's gone.
Yeah,
That sounds
and then
sketchy.
there's like some other one that like yeah, it like bought Movies Anywhere or something like that. Because I remember there's like a thing where it's like, oh, you need to make an account on the new one if you want to like merge your libraries
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just really nice though. Just when you like, yes, you got the hard copy, but if you don't feel like just grabbing the disc out from under your bed, pop it into your DVD player, your Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, you just go, oh, it's on my YouTube movies, and you just click in there, and then
You know, you could probably find some links that could help you with that. Just saying.
oh, you know, I'm sure that there's some out there, but that's a whole other step, you know, VPN and everything like that. So
I don't need a VPN. Streaming is legal here in Canada. I think it's illegal there in America, but you're allowed to stream in Canada. That's not against the law here. Torrenting is against the law, but you can stream like a movie that came out today in Canada, and you can't be arrested for it.
they don't change the law, like this has been going.
They
for a
don't
while.
change
just-
the law. What do
they
you
don't
mean?
change
They don't.
the law?
Well,
I hope they didn't.
they can, they can change laws. Yes, Taylor, laws can change, but I don't know if they're cracking down on the streaming wars right now.
Yeah, I think our government is currently too busy tracking down dissenters.
Yeah, laws don't mean a lot
Worry
in the
about
U.S. right
pirates.
now, do they? Laws are kind of just
Yeah.
optional.
Be careful. Yeah, the streaming though might turn like the death penalty over there at some
Yeah.
point. I don't know. You got to be careful. So, yeah. What are you looking up, Taylor? What are you trying to find?
I'm just looking, but you know, my sources on this are not as strong as my Crypto Clues sources. So
I was gonna ask you, do you want to? Because you were talking to me about this. Do you have anything to bring up with any of this alien stuff that's been happening this week or stuff? Because you're like, oh, we got to
alien
talk.
stuff. I missed
Yeah.
this completely.
You want to talk about any of this?
I'd like to talk about some of this.
he
Yeah.
looks like he's not like he knows something he's not supposed to.
Yeah.
You know.
Guys, if my camera feed goes down, guys,
Oh no!
Taylor, quick question for you. Have you ever seen the Starlink satellite?
yes.
Did you know what it was before you saw it, or were you tripped out like I was the first time?
I
you saw
wasn't
it?
tripped out. I thought it was interesting to see in person. Everyone around us was tripping out. I was like, calm down, calm the fuck down. Had to reassure everyone. So it was last year, and we were at the Corn Maze in Vernon, the haunted one, and we were just standing in line. And yeah, like just look up and you just see like the row of all the lights just moving. It was really, really cool. It was really neat to see this like unison satellite formation going. But yeah, people just see it like, oh, just start freaking out and losing their minds. But it's Halloween, so to each his own.
That's true. I mean, well, I didn't know that's
But
what it
it's
looked like. So I was like, why is there a fucking train in the sky? I was freaking out.
Yeah,
It's like
we'll
nope
do it.
happening.
But in regards to the alien stuff, yeah, there's been some crazy things going on right now, and I'm gonna pull up the one dose of footage.
Oh, we got some.
I'm gonna
footage?
share some footage with you guys because this is some wild shit. So, first thing you guys can think about is on
Travis is out.
Travis is
yeah,
out.
Travis is out.
Get my charging cord. You talk about this, Tim. I'm gonna go take a nap. I got 5 kids. That's a
So
GMO
on the
book.
National Archives website, some photos leaked of supposed Roswell incident, where it shows like the crash site and it shows what looks like a spaceship, which is very, very cool. On top of that, though,
Is
some
Mjolnir in
footage
the
came
middle
out.
of the crater? Or?
Fortunately not. The other thing that popped off was every so often they tackle a congressional hearing in the States where all these people come together, all these political figures and whatnot, and they talk to civilians and people in the army and whatnot, and they just gather information, hear accounts and stuff, all regarding UAPs, extraterrestrial stuff, and everything like that. And some of the stuff that, under oath, if you want to take that for what it is, they're talking about their experiences in the military, and these are high-ranking military officials, and they're sharing very interesting details. Not a lot of stuff that they can share, but there's some really crazy things that they will bring up. But again, lots of stuff that they can't bring up either because there's certain black tape over it. But I'm gonna share some footage that was just recently popped off at the last congressional hearing, and this is just some wild stuff. Because when I saw this, I thought, what are we doing? And I was telling Travis about this. I don't know if you've seen this yet, Travis, so I'll skip ahead here. Okay, so
Is this the
Here you
replay
go.
ground one?
so here's the object that they've locked on.
What are we looking
And
at?
now, so this right here is the unidentified object flying. And what you're going to
Is this the
see,
night sky though? Like what is the rest of this?
this is using, I'm assuming some sort of like FLIR or like infrared kind of
It's
thing.
like a sonogram.
This is the kind of stuff that you'll see them using in the military, but I can't speak to this equipment very well because I'm not a professional militarist. But they use this for basically like laser targeting, so that's how they locked onto it. And when they lock onto this, then they can basically have your like a missile latch onto it too. If you remember in Top Gun, the sequel, where they're trying to, Maverick, thank you. They're flying the jets, and they got to basically have one guy use this kind of similar camera style and lock on with his laser onto the target area, and the other guy can like shoot the missile and like hit the target. So this is a form of lock on, and you're gonna see a missile shoot from the left side over here. It's gonna come in, it's gonna ping off of this object, and then the object will have, boom, there it comes. Then there's some debris, but it still moves in formation. It's not falling. It's just kind of moving away. And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right, because me
Is
and
this
Terry
in
got,
the atmosphere or like in space?
That's
It's in the
Water.
atmosphere.
Yeah, water. Yeah, because me and Taylor got in a debate about this because he's like, oh, why would you even shoot something like that? But I was like, well, if it is an unidentified object and they're not responding, I was like, I'm not saying 100% I don't want to make the call, but I could see why you would make the call and shoot said thing. To me, that's just like, I don't know, makes sense. We don't, because Taylor likes to think that these things are going to be friendly and everything. That could
Not
be the
all
case,
of them.
but
Not all of them.
I just feel like you don't like. I don't know. I guess you make the risk if you shoot something and then you could start a war. But then Taylor's sharing some files with me, like from 1989, where they supposedly caught one of these little guys, and they said he was like not. He was not one of the nice ones, as Taylor would say, not a nice alien.
So if a missile hits its target, it's going to explode, right? The zany thing
should.
about this is that missile hits and it pings off and just keeps going. It doesn't
Into
explode.
three like very symmetrically sized things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then they all stick together in their
They look like
formation.
little teeth.
So the thing with that, Travis, is there's so many zany conspiracies out there when it comes to extraterrestrial.
course.
But if you're looking at aliens here, and like if they've been around and they're perusing around for a while, we have sightings going back to the biblical times where people are seeing these things and putting them in like tapestry paintings and all this kind of stuff, whatever. And then more reports coming in later and later. But why would they just wait until now to attack if they were going to attack? Why not attack before
Because we
when
have all the
things...
data now.
yeah,
all the
exactly.
data?
They're
But
prepared.
what-
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
feed on
data,
the
though?
data, like,
Data.
Oh, that
worlds.
data.
That was a War of the Worlds reference.
Yeah.
You got me.
I said though, what if it's like they're just like scoping out places, and it's like the classic movie trope where all their world's going to crap, and they're gonna take over this world. Because I've said this before, we're in all like the world-ending scenarios, COVID-proof. Like we're lucky we survived that. We're gonna lose whether it's this or whether it's AI. Which I have to ask you about, Dylan, because one time I was talking with Taylor, and because I think Taylor disagrees with me, and I think he's like, oh, Dylan's with me. Do you don't think AI could take over the world and like Terminator us, like take us out?
I mean, when I'm seeing some of these bots, these robots
Mhm.
online, it's a little freaky. But I know that that's like they're still being like
No, all you have
often.
to see is the entity. You know, the entity could do it.
Well, for me, what's
I don't know
scary
what
is
that
like it was
means,
last month they like gave this program some permissions, or like they didn't know they had the permissions, but they were trying to hack into the government files. And then when they caught it has certain job to do with government files, but then it started to go deeper, and they eventually did hit the kill switch and stop it. But then when they asked the AI why it did that, the AI lied to them and said, "No, I wasn't trying to do that." And I just feel like in 20, like I legitimately do think the AI is good. I'm not trying to be conspiracy like tinfoil. Like I think that whether it is AI or someone using an AI program, like I don't know if it's going to end the world, but I do think that can do some like big time damage. AI scares me. AI is the thing where it's like, other than like helping me on Photoshop, we should not go any further with AI. Like I know there's some stuff it could do, but I just worry. Like I just feel like we've seen this movie so many times. I definitely am a big fear monger of that's
Yeah.
gonna take us out. you know?
I'm with you. I feel like a lot of dangerous potential because it's also like it's extremely smart but also extremely stupid at the same time, and that's
Yes.
like not a good mix. So yeah, I'm with you. I could see that happening. Like just how
Okay.
much things have progressed in the last like couple of years alone is kind of insane. And so like, what does that mean? Like 10, 15, 20 years from now? So yeah, I could see that being a possibility.
Personally, I think it's a little funny. You think we're gonna make it 10, 15, 20 years, but
I like to be trying positive. You know, I like to try and hope that that's gonna happen.
I mean,
yeah.
but my problem with AI is that it's destroying the environment even faster than we were already. So I
Right.
think
Yeah,
we'll
that's true.
completely destroy the planet before AI will have a chance to take over.
So then I guess we shouldn't shoot these aliens and hope that they want to like adopt us or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and also,
That's what I was gonna say. You know, the aliens they're scoping out, making sure the AI's not doing anything yet, so they can come in and come in and help us when take over.
They're probably just making sure that we don't leave the planet and go spread other places.
Yeah, we're being contained.
You know,
yeah.
you know what I learned, because you know how you know if you Google something like Gemini is like automatically comes up and it just gives you false information. If you just do any Google search and then just put space minus AI, it just removes AI from your Google search,
Yeah.
which is really handy. So I've been using that.
Hmm.
Like literally the minus symbol or the minus word.
Yeah, literally the minus symbol
Okay.
AI, no space. Space after your search, but then no space between the
You
minus.
can do
and
it
the
for
AI, it just takes
images
out.
too. If you're looking for an image of something, you can do the
Oh,
minus
right.
AI too.
Yep.
Yeah, that comes up a lot now. Yeah. See, Taylor, I feel like you misrepresented Dylan's thoughts. You made it sound like he was an absolutely no.
I thought it
and-
was a couple years ago we were talking and Dylan, you were like,
Couple-
I'm not worried about
couple
AI.
a couple years ago.
2 years ago, a lot has changed. A lot has
I
changed.
mean, you could say it's like you know, I was talking to Dylan in 2019 about COVID, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a big problem."
Yeah.
No,
I was probably thinking about like the level 9 CPUs in Smash. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not worried about AI. But yeah, we've come a
no,
long
I give Dylan credit on COVID because Dylan and Amber were good on that, and then I started listening to them, and then I remember I had people around me when I was talking about it being like, I don't think they'll shut down the boards or everything like that. I was like, no, I think now I've seen enough where it's gonna get really bad. But no, Dylan was ahead on the curve there. But I just like that Taylor's quoting like possibly like a drunk Dylan at the Custer Dome, like, yeah, I don't think it is. He's like, that's what he says, you know. So
I mean, what was AI 2 years ago?
oh yeah, it was just like what people said, like voice modular stuff or like
Yeah.
the images, like, and that's when they were like clearly AI images, right? Everything was
Yeah.
messed up. Where now, like, because what company? I can't remember. There is a company that just this month announced that they are making an AI movie for $30 million. They're going to animate it. They're going to do all that stuff, and then they're going to get cast. I don't know if they'll be big celebrities or not. And it's like a company, not like a massive one like Disney or something, but it is a company that has.
Wasn't it like I know A24 was like we're doing like an AI division or something like that.
Yeah, but
they
they're
got
not the one doing the
division.
movie.
No, but I can't remember. It is somebody, but that's going to be the
I
test.
feel like it's
right?
got to be when I think what movie company is going to do that first. I think Illumination.
No, it's not even
No.
as bad that big. It's something more like
I think
The-
Illumination is actually like even because I remember they had a whole like I think when the
They're
most
against it,
recent
actually,
Minions
right,
movie
yeah.
came out, they had like a
Okay.
campaign that was like making fun of like it was showing. I remember what the ad was. It was like showing like the six-fingered people, and then it like zoomed out, and it was like the minions. It's like, oh, you're a dumb minion if you're using AI.
yes, I remember that. Maybe it's let's see here. OpenAI is back. Okay, so no, I guess just OpenAI and maybe this someone's partner with them, but yeah, OpenAI is back. A new animated feature film made largely with AI to prove that it can make films faster and cheaper than Hollywood. It's gonna be 30 million.
I think
Yeah.
I saw somewhere that it's like like a fully AI made movie released in theaters, but it was like in Turkey or something, and it was like a huge bomb.
Yeah, well, that's what's gonna happen. Like that's gonna be the test. Like when this movie comes up to America, like if it's a hit, and I guarantee what's gonna happen is at some point we will get an AI movie that's a hit, and once that hits, it's not over, but the floodgates are off the race. Like you're gonna see so much AI movie on streaming and in theaters because it's just gonna be so much cheaper.
Well,
And-
isn't
and
like the dream that like one day you'll be able to just go on like Netflix or something, and it'll just be a screen that says, "What do you want to watch?" And you just say what
Oh,
kind of
that's
movie you
dangerous.
want, the actors you want, and like in 5 minutes, boom, it just makes a movie for you.
yeah, that'd probably be the goal, but
It's a terrible dream.
That, yeah,
That's a
I
nightmare.
don't want that. I would like I like it's different when you're writing crane movies because you get there's all this, but I don't want to sit down and just like, hey, here's this movie, make it for me. You know, like that just feels odd. But they are smart to do the they like if they're trying to be successful to do animated movies because I feel like those are the people that will care the least, right? Like with people with
Kids.
kids and family, it'll
Yeah,
just be
you see what's like on YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. And
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
90% just like AI.
and that's where they're smart. Where yeah, let's just do animated kids movies, family movies, and people will go and watch. They'll drop them at times when there's not anything else. Like I think that's what's going to happen. It's just a question of how big a hit. And once we get a big hit, then it's going to be everywhere. And yeah, I just hope I hope it's used correctly. And hopefully there are studios that just stay the course and
I
use
feel
it
like
mildly
even
or
then
not.
it'd be hard to like I don't know like market or advertise them. Like if you don't really have like a cast or like big studio behind it, I don't know what you'd really like advertise. Like if they were to
Yeah.
really like they made a fully AI kids movie or whatever, like what do you advertise if you don't have like an actor like actors signed on? Because even for like kids movies, that's the stuff you put in like trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It is stuff like I wonder, like public domain, like what is it, Steamboat Willie, and like Batman in 10 years. Like when that stuff's public domain, you can literally make an AI animated Batman movie as long as you make sure it stays within those 12 issues. That's the stuff where you could get like a. Because the same thing is, you just have to stay within that issue, right? No, where in the Winnie the Pooh book does it have him killing Christopher Robin and eating people, but like they can make that, right? So the same way as all they really need is they just keep that Batman design. They can't call it Gotham. They can't do certain things, and then look, they've made an animated Batman movie that they can sell for whatever, And then I'm sure Warner Brothers will be just pissed about that. Like I feel like that's going to be that's going to be interesting too to see how other bigger companies, well, it won't be actually because they're just going to be bought out at this point because we got that terrible rumor today of Netflix trying to buy Warner Brothers, and man, oh, that like
Maybe Shudder will buy them.
yeah, I would.
That would be better.
Now with how
but-
much S-Bubs has gotten a free subscription.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
stolen
Espo's fault.
thousands of dollars. from
It's
Shudder.
Espo's fault.
They,
I would
they've been,
trust Shudder
they've been
more.
hoarding away all these years for this moment.
Yeah, like I guess like we'll see what happens with Netflix the next few years because obviously they did K-pop and then Frankenstein's getting 3 weeks. I think Knives Out is getting like 5 days. So like to me, as long as like don't get me wrong, that would suck. Paramount's sadly the better option, even though I think there's a lot of things wrong with that. I don't want anyone to buy them, right? Because then we're down to 4 just big studios and that's it. But with Netflix, it just scares me that at any point, let's say they bought them and they're doing theatrical stuff, and they'll just because they've gone through times where they start putting something in theaters and they're like, no, we're not doing that. That hurts our model. Where you watch Netflix movies at home with your family, or whatnot. Like, I don't want to have a day where there's like a $200 million Batman movie and I can only watch it at home. Like, and I don't think they would, but they could, right? If they really wanted to do a power movie. It's
I
like,
don't think they want to release movies in theaters. The big test
I
will
don't think
be
so either.
if they don't release K-pop Demon Hunters 2 in theaters, because that is, I think
I think
pretty
they
much a guaranteed
will.
billion. And if they don't do that, then they clearly don't care about the
Yeah.
theatrical.
They rather have the
experience.
subs, you know. And but that's why I think because it's tough.
And
'cause
also
even-
depends. I think they will release in theaters. The question is like how many, because it might
Yes.
just be like obviously Netflix
And how long,
makes
too.
so many movies, but it might be like we're putting one movie in theater because like this is the one that's gonna make the most money, so only this
Yes.
one's going in theaters.
Like when I didn't get The Killer, but I got fucking Red Notice or whatever with Rock and
Red,
Gosling.
Notice
Reynolds.
was everywhere. That must
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
like in their contracts.
Yeah,
Now
it's,
only the
theaters.
second most watched Netflix original movie. Thank you, K-pop Demon
it's
Hunters.
good for K-pop.
That
viewers.
number had to have been
K-pop
fake.
Demon
Like that,
Hunters.
like K-pop
Yes.
Demon Hunters, the number I can believe. The Red Notice one, I just don't believe it.
The Rock politics to get that number in there. He was making he had the whole bloodline watching the Red Notice over and over again. But yeah, and the other big like that's my worry is because I know next year Narnia is going to be in theaters, and I think they're getting it's at least a month, maybe longer.
I think
And
it's
it might-
longer.
Yeah, I think it's
I thought
maybe
it was
2
6
months.
weeks.
Is it? Oh yeah,
I was
okay,
thinking
that
it was
sounds
6
right.
weeks.
Yeah, that's 6 weeks. My worry is like I know she's coming off Barbie. I just don't know how Narnia is gonna do. And if you were to ask me, because I never know, right? The fucking Conjuring comes out, third biggest horror movie open all. Like you never know
I
what's
mean, I guess
happening.
I'm the only one that wasn't surprised by that. People love Ed and Lorraine. Oh,
They
and
do,
it's-
but to be the
they did
third
it
of all
as-
time, that's
they
crazy to me.
build it at this big finale that you're never gonna see them again, and
Until they come,
which, I mean, you are, but
they're gonna come back. Yeah,
They built it that
after
way.
this. Yeah, and
Well, I don't
that's
know. I
true.
think-
I just.
Patrick
Yeah.
and Vera might be done. I think we might get a younger version.
Well, I just wonder if you put out the the younger version and it doesn't do as well, do they go back or like, you know what? There's another story, or it's like,
course,
hey, AI's
yeah.
so good, we can just deep fake you. You're younger again, you know?
Yeah.
Because
They could probably get him
Netflix
back if I know Patrick is directing now. So if they say, hey, we'll let you direct the fifth one.
Yeah,
He might,
that's
yeah.
true.
that could be a way.
that's why I like those movies now. Like I love The Conjuring. That's a top 10. The rest have all been like fine. I haven't seen the newest one, but that's the same thing. Anyways, I say with Narnia, like I really don't know how that's gonna do. If you were to put the gun to my head, I'd say I think it's not gonna do well. I don't know if people are dying
I don't
for
know the
Narnia.
state of like the Narnia IP.
Yeah,
I feel like they haven't done like that because it's not like they had the movies, but I feel like there hasn't been like any shows or anything
No.
as far as
No,
I can hold.
yeah.
Like I don't think
There
there's
hasn't
been
been a
any
TV show?
really
Yeah.
new Narnia stuff. Really,
It was
since
just the movies, and even those
came out.
movies, they released them in a weird way because they would like skip books and the
Yes.
There were
timeline was
only-
off.
How many were there? There were only like three.
There's
right?
three.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then and then they weren't like it was like they.
The
weren't
first one was the
the
biggest hit,
first
but
three
each of them
books,
were
yeah.
like because
Yeah.
the first one way better than I thought. That came out in 2005, made 745 million at the box office. That's a major hit. But then I'll get Prince. I think
I
Prince
think that was a
Caspian's
Christmas
like
release too.
Yeah, then it's
Just saying.
419 for Prince Caspian. So you're like getting that like half losing, and then Voyager of the Dawn. That's at
Voyager of the
415. That's not
That'd
too
be a good
bad.
trivia
actually.
question. That freaking subtitle. I've never
That's not
heard
even the
that in
full
my life.
title, too, Dylan.
Voyage
So
of
I'll
the
save
Dawn
it for
Treader.
somebody. Damn it, Taylor!
I didn't even hear what he said.
got
He said it so
excited.
quick.
Okay, there you go. Save it, Taylor.
I,
for
man,
your
I
trivia.
ripped up that Narnia GameCube game back in the day. Oh my god.
Oh
You should've
yeah,
seen me
I didn't
going
even know
crazy
they
with
made
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really don't know, and that just scares me. Is let's say they buy Warner Brothers and like, oh yeah, we're doing all this stuff, and fucking Big Dan Lin can finally run DC because he's the president or he's whatever CEO of Netflix right now, of creative or something, so he can oust Gunn if he wants. But that's my worry is they put out Narnia and like bombs. They're like, yeah, you know what, we'll just keep that DC stuff for the Superman 2. You can just release next Tuesday, and whatever. We'll make it.
I mean,
special
Harry
thing.
Potter, that's Warner Brothers. They would move that from HBO to Netflix real quick, that upcoming show.
Absolute. And don't get me wrong, that would do massive on Netflix, right? Like a Harry Potter TV. Like I know people are mad about it. I'm still in the camp that no matter how you feel, I think the Harry Potter show will be big. I think that's something where that fan base, sure, the Beast movies were but like the game, the books, like that's still phenomenal. I think people just didn't care about those Beast characters. Like, I think that's what it comes down to, right? So it's just, I think that's gonna be big. But yeah, Harry Potter show on Netflix, man, that's gonna be recommended watching with everything you watch, and then it's gonna be there, and they can do their 8-parters and stuff.
It would just take 4 years in between seasons, and they would be in their 40s by the end of it. But hey, it's
Yeah, like Stranger Things,
price
they'll
and
be
play.
married by that point. But
Travis, I have a question for you related
Uh-oh.
to that.
uh-oh,
So, Netflix buys HBO or WB, whatever.
I don't like this.
What do you think happens with WWE and AEW?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
They're
so
gonna have Triple H and Tony Khan at a press conference. You know, it's like
the snowman.
the Huey and Homelander meme where they like bump into each other. Like the
Yeah.
red carpet thing.
For people that don't know, so Netflix has like a bunch of deals with WWE, but then AEW, their like competitor, is on WB. I think unfortunately that they would just like see you later, Tony Khan. Like I think AEW they'd like let a run out, or they'd be like I don't think Netflix
I mean, I
owns.
think it depends on their contracts, though. We don't know
True.
how long.
Yeah, they'd have to let it run. And I guess if they keep like. If they buy Warner Bros., I guess they keep the stations, right? Like TBS and TNT and stuff like. And Netflix doesn't have like a cable channel right now, so they would have
No.
two cable, like. And what's the sports? They have a sport, or they had a sports network, I thought. But yeah, I don't know what would happen with any of that, and that's another reason why I don't. Obviously, actually, I don't know if that's a good answer. Maybe the super card does happen when you get that one big one, but then April you'd be forced to watch WWE again. So that's
I
the
know.
thing where you're in a tough spot. And there's lots of people that don't want to do that, right? They're like in those worlds where they,
April, are you a wrestling fan?
Yeah, I only watch AEW.
Okay, I don't think I knew that fact about you.
She lurks in the wrestling Discord sometimes. I see
Yeah,
her react to.
That's a
I'm
good
in
chance
there.
for
Hang out
a boy. I'm
occasionally.
not
I
in
get
there.
the laughing emote if I
Yeah,
post
I
something
pop in and
about
out.
AEW.
Yep.
Yeah, the only time she's in there is that, or if she's at a live show, we get a picture. Oh, April's at AEW tonight. So,
Oh,
uh,
cool. Okay.
Yep.
yeah, no, that would be interesting. And that's the thing where I don't. And same thing. I wonder if this is just the two, or if this is just the start, because you still got Amazon, you got Apple, you got all these
Yeah,
things like.
Netflix buying WB and then Apple buys Netflix.
Oh, well, yeah, they just let them. They just consult, and that's the scary thing, right? Where I think legitimately in 20, 30 years, like the Alien Earth show, they do have it. Unfortunately, that whole thing where it's just the corporations owning everything. Like Apple, Amazon, and Google are going to own every. Like Martin Scorsese is going to be directing a movie for Google, and that's
movie.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid fan
Kool-Aid
movie.
movie.
You know, yeah, and just that should be a good like that's the probably if the buyout happens gives some good material for the studio next season, I imagine too. 'Cause I
Well, it's
feel like-
also an interesting question because let's say Netflix does buy WB, is HBO just like a thing of the past, or do they like make like on Disney Plus
Right,
where you
I
have the
didn't think
little
about that.
sections?
Well, what
I
I,
thought about
was thinking is like I
TNT
feel
and-
like it could be sort of like how what is it when like Disney bought
Hulu?
like or like Fox, like they kind of just kept a lot of that stuff just like kind of going, just like
Yeah.
under new like I feel like Netflix wouldn't just
Takes
like
time
shut
to-
down TNT and TBS and stuff like that.
And I think technically, because it was like antitrust things, when they bought Fox, they didn't get like the Fox TV
Yeah,
station,
they
right?
got,
so,
like,
Yeah.
some of the
Yeah.
stuff.
That's weird.
so I
But
think it
feel
might just
like-
be for like the IP, which is again super weird. Where like you could watch, I guess Sopranos on Netflix makes sense, but if anywhere else, so and I don't know, like I'm not cheering for anybody. I know people. There, it seems like Universal's like the underdog. People are cheering for the Comcast. Like I think that's also a bit more of like a political thing too, because they're not as tied to certain people. So people are hoping for that. But I don't know. Like I think at least quality wise, if I had to pick, if it's not Universal, I'm kind of hoping. It sounds bad, but I'm hoping Apple like makes a play, because at least with F1 they still put big stuff, like they put F1 theaters, and when it's doing well they're just like, yeah, keep it in theaters. It wasn't like a okay, have it there for 3 days and done. Like even the Taylor Swift movie being out for 3 days, it's like, why only 3 days? Like it'll still just keep making money. Like this whole like same thing with K-pop. The second it did good that weekend, they should be like, hey, keep it in for one more week. Just keep going. So, and that's where at least Apple with F1 and other stuff they've shown. So like if it goes Apple, I know that okay, theatrical, like I'm not gonna be watching. The only way I can watch The Dark Knight 4 is on my iPhone. You know, I could actually go see it in the theater. Maybe they'll throw the money at Nolan and we'll get them, but.
I'd also say that probably Apple has, on average, the best TV output too on Apple
Yes,
TV
they got
Plus.
good
But nobody
quality right
watches
now.
And I feel like they pretty much
Yeah.
only make like prestige TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Of like, I don't know what happens with all that stuff. I know so many people think that Gunn and the DC are going to be safe, and I hope for their sake it is, but people don't know how studio execs work. You know, it's just like it's the same thing of like even with talking about Big Dan Lin, like Zack Snyder left WB and he did the Netflix, he did Army of the Dead, and he did Rebel Moon stuff, and then Big Dan Lin, who's not a fan of Zack Snyder's work, becomes the chief creative whatever content officer, and then all of a sudden like I think there's other reasons, but like Rebel Moon 3, that's not happening. All the spin-offs for Army of the Dead, that's not happening. So it's like, what if this guy, whoever gets it, what if at some dinner party James Gunn made some joke about his shoes and he's like, fuck James Gunn. Like I don't, but there's those like we've heard
James Gunn
catty-
tweeted at him
Yeah.
15 years ago. with it in his risky tweet era.
Not the
yeah.
tweets again. You know, like, but we've heard stories of people being catty. Like I talked about when Travis told you, where they didn't let Feige make a Black Panther movie for 5 years because they said, "Oh, I won't sell toys." It's like there's all it takes is one studio head to be like, you know what? I don't like this guy, you know, like, or I didn't really like, my kids saw the Batman and it scared them. So, you know what, Matt Reeves, we're not going to let you make the Batman part 2. You know, like that's all it takes.
That's like the well, you know, like the supposed story of why WrestleMania moved till later in April, because Nick Khan, the president of TKO or whatever, went to that WrestleMania in Philadelphia in early April and he thought it was too cold.
Oh, I do remember that, right? And that's
That's
what's
the
like,
supposed story of why they moved it, because he went. It's like because he sits in the corner,
yes.
you know, glaring at whether it's boxing or
Yeah.
WWE. He sits there staring, and he thought it was too cold, so he said, "Yeah, move it."
and that's what I mean. It's literally, that's a like 9-figure, like, or even bigger than that deal that they do this. And it's like, because some guy's cold, he's like, yeah, let's go somewhere else later time. Like, it's all it takes. Like,
It's also the story of how the original Star Trek got canceled is because they had the choice between keeping that or another show, and because the TV studio head's wife preferred the other show, they kept that one instead of Star Trek.
that's what I mean. Like that's where it's just like, it's just like, what if this guy's wife watched the first episode of Peacemaker and really hated the orgy scene, right? Like, we can't have that on our network. It's just, I don't know. Like, and I guess Taylor, you're probably fucking with Paramount. I hear there's some stuff happening in 1923 that's like pretty on the verge of being pretty dark sexually.
In 1923,
Isn't there, or is it the other show?
there's definitely like they highlight things about rape and just, you know, the problems of being a woman in that period of time. It can get pretty graphic. It's
Yeah,
brutal.
that's what I've
so-
heard with that show. So, and that's right. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and we're uncharted territories, but I just don't know if this is the beginning or it's going to be what I worry about. What does happen with WWE, with what's happening with football now, where Tom Brady's coming out of retirement to go play one game in Saudi Arabia, like
Flag football.
flag
Where's
football,
everybody
like,
in Saudi Arabia?
because April they pay
'Cause of
so much
Riyadh
money,
season.
like.
Yes.
Yeah, because April, I don't know if you follow this, but S-Bubs, he shared this in the wrestling Discord, where it's like the deal they're getting for that Saudi WrestleMania is more than like all the WrestleManias combined, like all the 30, and it's just like,
Well, I
'cause
think
all-
it's like like every WrestleMania ever combined, the revenue is $500 million just off the crown jewel shows and stuff like that. They've already made like $650 million, and then for WrestleMania, just the WrestleMania show, or like
That's
that
like
whole week, I
350,
guess,
right?
was like 250.
okay, and then the Rumble's
and
another,
the Rumble's
yeah.
100 million.
And it's just crazy, but that's why they just have this oil money, and don't get, because remember too, I thought they had didn't. Dylan, you might remember this more. Didn't Embracer Group have some ties to Saudi Arabia or something like that when they came in and bought a bunch of game
So
stuff?
isn't,
And
like,
like,
Yeah, I
Bandai
remember that.
Namco, like, owned by Saudi
yeah,
Arabia
and
now
they
or
bought like the
something?
rights. They bought the rights to the Lord of the Rings stuff, but then just partnered with Warner Brothers
There's
again.
some-
Like,
There's some weird things like Ubisoft, like randomly Assassin's Creed Mirage is getting like a Saudi Arabia like DLC or something that's like
That's what I
funded by
mean.
them. Like, it's so weird. It's so specific and
'Cause-
strange. So there's a lot. Yeah, their tendrils are everywhere right now, like in every space. Even like
Because
there's
they could just
climbing
they can pretty
comps
much,
that are like super controversial because they take a bag from them for like one
because
comp
like
here
they
or
can
there,
pretty much just
so-
offer like as much money as they want to any
Literally a
Money
blank
glitch.
check.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing where it's just like when WWE started with Saudi Arabia, I remember what happened is they gave them this card of what the matches they wanted, and like 25% of the wrestlers were dead. They didn't even know. They're just like, I want to see Yokozuna. I want to see, and they're like, well, you can't, and that's why it's sort of like, well, we got his son, we got his his daughter and stuff. Like, this is kind of.
I think the requests were like the famous one is they want like Yokozuna and like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah,
So
Ultimate
for
Warrior who just passed.
Yokozuna, yeah, for Yokozuna, they just got like some like sumo guy, and I
Right,
think it
yes.
wasn't even it was like a retired sumo
Yes.
wrestler
Yeah.
who just like they gave him a check, and then for Ultimate Warrior, they got because that one's like there's like if you go to like that Greatest Royal Rumble, there's just like some jacked dude from like NXT who I think is supposed to
With
be like
face paint
that's
and
supposed to
stuff.
be the Ultimate Warrior guy, and then if you look at him, that's like the only match he like ever wrestled. Like so, I think they just like went to the PC where like who's the most jacked guy here? Doesn't matter if he has
Paint him
any
up.
experience. Yeah, paint him up, and send him out there. So that's like his only match is just like the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Well, and that's the thing, like, to
fucking
your
crazy.
point, Dylan, about the game, it's like that's where it's like all it took is somebody's kid or someone's brother is like, I love this game, it'd be great if we had some DLC, and that's where they have the money where literally you just go, hey, Ubisoft, whoever, let's get us some DLC. They'll write this fat check that means nothing to them, and they're like, yeah, great, we'll do it. It's the same way with wrestling. They apparently, for this WrestleMania thing, they tried it, which was stupid. They pitched them like, well, what if we do like a Saudi Arabia WrestleMania?
Super
And-
WrestleMania.
Super WrestleMania, but then there's still going to be regular WrestleMania. And the Saudis now, I think, are getting smart because they're like, no, we want WrestleMania. It's like, okay, we'll give you WrestleMania. But they're like, don't be surprised if some group like that, if some kid somewhere is like, I love Batman, and some dad who has like $1 trillion of oil gasoline money is like, sure, let's buy Batman. And then Batman's owned by Saudi Arabia. Like, that's the thing. Like, when I saw on NFL Tom Brady talking about how he's coming out of retirement to play flag football, I'm like, oh, we're so like it's gonna happen so much like now because people it's so getting normalized about going over there and accepting the money. Because I remember it was like
And
10 years
the,
ago.
the WWE one and the Tom Brady one is literally like the same. It's not even talking about like, oh, Saudi Arabia as a whole. That those two were literally the same guy. It's like
It was the same guy within a week,
Turkey,
yes.
something like he was in Vegas, handing
Yeah.
out like a couple, like probably like $500 million over the span of like 2 days to WWE and Tom Brady.
And it's crazy. It's just like what's going to happen with some of the stuff, right? And it's just been more normalized to go over there. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like, who knows what's going to happen? That's why I hope nothing like that goes that route because they can just buy it. And I don't know. It's weird time in Hollywood movie making. That's why I hope like A24 and Neon and these people, like I hope they keep plugging along and can be like financially successful where they can go, you know what, we don't want to get bought out by like a big company, we'll keep doing it our way. And there always will be those, but I just like, or like the company like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are starting, like I pull for those. I just hope it's not like well, let's get to a certain point and then we can get bought out and like, okay, we did our job, we like cashed a check, which I get. I'm sure these checks are probably super nice. I bet there's zeros I haven't seen before, but it just sucks that if we just end it with really nothing going on. So there you go. We somehow
We've really
ended
covered it all this episode, haven't we?
aliens, Saudi Arabia, Zoa. Oh, Tay, you got one more thing?
I got one more thing.
Okay,
And
we'll
this is
end on
something-
this. Yeah, one more. Thing.
So when we were way at the wedding a couple weekends ago, and there was some stuff. I can't remember if I mentioned it to you and
You
Kirkland.
guys seen this
Travis.
alien? He's
Yeah.
going up to the bride. Hey, you
Um,
seen this alien video?
Is this missing?
But I can't remember if I mentioned it, but I know I didn't play the recording for you, so it was our last night in our hotel. Everything else.
Hey,
has
we
been
don't
great.
need we don't need to hear this.
Do you want to hear the recording of your last night?
So it's our last night,
Was
and
it Greek?
Madison wakes up and then wakes me up around like 1:30 in the morning, and she says
my
like there's
God.
something going
Madison?
on in the room
Oh.
next to us. Like, okay, so I'm listening, and then I hear these yells. It sounds like someone crying in pain almost. These yells at first, and so we call the front desk, say, hey, it sounds like someone's in trouble. And so the front desk lady comes out. As soon as we're on the 5th floor, as soon as she comes out of the elevator, because I looked at the people, and she listens on the door. Of course, it stops when she gets there. She goes back down, and then it starts up again. So we ignore it. I try going back to sleep, and we got to be up at like 6 a.m. to hit the road, so it's not ideal. And it just keeps going and going all the way up till 5 a.m. And finally, it just starts to get brutal. I get up out of my bed at this point because our bed shakes, because now it sounds like they've smashed into the wall.
Where
Like
is
they
this
are,
going?
it's super, super weird. So I have a small recording I'm going to play for you guys to
Kool-Aid Man.
listen. You're going to hear the
You sure
yells
this is
or whatever.
appropriate, right? It's not.
Yeah. So let me
That was
know.
incredible. Yeah.
Are you
I'm gonna
clothed in this video, Taylor?
yes. Pajamas on. So I'm gonna turn the volume up here. I'm gonna play it so you can hear it. There's 3 yells that you'll hear.
You're gonna have to age
That
restrict this
third
video. I
one.
think.
That third one was nuts.
So that was that,
He's like trans. He's like turning into a werewolf.
so this is a decent hotel. Like, I mean, it's like $250 a night. They lock it at 9 p.m. Like, it's not just any Joe Blow walking in here.
Taylor
Like, it's
looking
a
for
business
reimbursement
hotel. Well, no. It's a business hotel, and so when we heard that, it was like, and then when they actually sounded like they smashed into the wall, it was like, what the fuck? Why is this, like, what's going on? And again, I immediately started thinking like, well, this fucker's possessed. There's demonic shit going on next
It
door or
does sound
something
like
like
possessed,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play it again because
It
it's
will
just
make me
it's
do
the
it.
weirdest thing. Yeah, that last
To be
one.
hon- to be
Third
hon-
one is
so that was that going on the whole night? You said?
That was from 1 a.m. until we left at like 5:30 a.m. And they had a do not disturb sign on their door.
Like
so I took a
constantly or
photo.
like sporadically? Would it like
It
pause
was
for periods?
there were about 10-second intervals in between each one.
Wow.
I do think there's always a chance that he was throwing up too. To me,
Yeah.
that sounds like him. Like what do you think about? If you've
But
ever
who
been-
throws up like who does like a 5-minute?
for 5 hours.
4
That's
hours
true.
5
straight
seconds.
every 10 seconds. That's like the stomach can't contain that much.
some bad food poisoning? I guess you know.
Seriously.
So, oh man.
So was there a resolution to?
Yeah, what is it?
No, actually, I'm gonna call the hotel and I'm actually gonna ask and see if something went down.
Ted's gonna be like,
so-
yeah, in that
They're
room.
absolutely not going to tell you.
Yeah, one, they're not going to tell you. But I wish it's like, yeah, we were 215, it was room 214, and then they're like, sir, no one stayed in there in 10 years. That room's been closed since the choking of Abraham Buckingham. Oh my God. Oh,
He vomited his guts out, literally.
yeah. It was so bad it seeped through the floors and everybody got sick and died. The entire floor died. Yeah. Oh, that's great. No, that was a good way to end it there. My goodness. Well, hopefully if you're a listener and you're that guy, let us know what happened to you. If by any chance you stayed in the same hotel
That'd be
room
insane, yeah.
with Taylor. But no, thank you guys for joining. This was fun to get going and doing this again. Yeah, I'm not sure what's next. It might be maybe one more movie night for Halloween wise because I think we got to watch some. I think now on VOD we can get caught up on the Pooh-verse because we've watched the the 2 Pooh ones. The Bambi one is out, so I think we might have to. Have you seen that yet, April?
I haven't seen any of them.
Okay. Oh, I thought no. Weren't you on Winnie the Pooh 2 with us?
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Are you avoiding those? Is it like childhood?
No, I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually, but I'm not really that interested.
No, that's fair. Even though Tigger, I'll tell you, really delivers in Pooh Blood and Honey 2.
I've heard
He-
good things about the second one.
Yeah, he's just like Freddy Cougar, but Tigger. So it's pretty good. I do
I
really want to
still
see
haven't
though.
seen the second one because I wasn't
Oh
there for
right,
that. for
yeah,
that track.
it's a fun one. I'm very excited about the image that they released this week of the Geppetto
Pinocchio.
voiced by Robert
Yeah.
Englund. Yeah,
No, it's Jimmy Cricket.
or Jimmy, Jimmy Cricket. Yeah, Pinocchio. That's gonna be a fun
What's
time.
that
whenever
quote
comes.
about like the glow stick wearing like do you remember that in Pooh Blood and Honey too?
Oh yeah.
sticks. There's some crazy quote.
Because he says like it's time to light up, bitch, or so. Like he says something like that. I
Something,
can't remember.
bitch.
Yeah, something bitch. I can't remember what it
Glow
was.
stick wearing bitches. something like that.
Yeah, he was swearing a lot. He was like a very mad Tigger, you know. So, but yeah, we'll probably do something like that. But yeah, Halloween poll will be up soon, so we'll do those as well as watch those. So no, thank you guys for joining. This was tons of fun. Thanks for the video at the end and the talk.
Thanks for
Yeah.
haunting our dreams tonight.
Yeah, you guys are gonna wake up in the middle of the night. So, yeah. All right, I'll catch you guys later.